We welcome you to Red Wilson Field for an earlier start today than I think anyone was expecting when this one got underway. The Red Sox are hosting the Wareham Gatemen for the first time this summer. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. What I mean by an early start, this game scheduled for 5 o'clock, but about an hour and a half or so, we pushed it back to a 4:45 start. So getting underway about 15 minutes sooner. That's because of threat of rain here at Red Wilson Field. Some thunderstorms brewing, had some this morning, and we should have some more around dinner time, around 7, 8 o'clock tonight. The Red Sox and Gatemen trying to get this one in. There's already been at least one cancellation around Cape Cod so far today, but the Red Sox trying to get this game in to avoid having to reschedule it. The Red Sox winners of their last two in 11-5-2 overall. The division leaders in the Eastern Division facing the Western Division fourth place Wareham Gatemen, who come in at 6-11-2. And Carlo, after a loss the last time they faced a Western Division opponent against Cotuit here against Cotuit, here at Red Wilson Field against Cotuit just 3 days ago. Red Sox looking to buck the trend, and they do it with their de facto ace on the mound.
Yeah, Jared Lyons, who's been pretty much invincible so far this season, or at least it seems that way. It's 15 innings of work, 22 strikeouts, 5 hits, just 5 walks. And Sam, his last time out against Falmouth, it was stuff of lore. 7 straight strikeouts, 12 in 6 innings of work, second in strikeouts on Cape. Headed to Virginia, but I don't think he's going to make it there to be a Cavalier. He has been too good on Cape this summer.
Jared Lyons trying to get himself drafted so that he doesn't have to follow through on that commitment to Virginia Tech. We have sung the anthem, and Jared Lyons is down in the bullpen throwing his last couple of warm-up pitches. Looks like he just finished up. The umps are surrounding home plate. We will get you the lineups and first pitch in just a moment here at Red Wilson Field as the Red Sox looking to get another win against a Western Division opponent as they face the Wareham Gatemen for the first time this summer. First pitch should be in just about 4 or 5 minutes. We'll be back shortly before that to give you your lineups and get first pitch here at Red Wilson Field. Just about set for baseball here at Red Wilson Field. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. Jared Lyons heading out to the mound for the Red Sox to face the Wareham Gatemen as we get set for a 4:45 start. The lineup for the Gatemen will go as follows. It's Xavier's Jack Hausinger will lead it off and play left field. Hogan Windish will bat second in center field. He's from North Carolina Greensboro. Alan Roden from Creighton will play right field and bat third. Max Anderson from Nebraska will clean up and play third base. Carter Graham from Stanford will bat fifth and play first. Ryan Campos will DH. He's out of Arizona State. Brian Padilla bats sixth, plays second base, followed by Blake Wright, the shortstop, out of Clemson, and Peter Burns, the catcher, out of Boston College. To round out the lineup, Jonathan Brand will pitch for the Gatemen, who have lost 3 in a row and will look to buck that trend, but they've got a tough task ahead of them in the right-hander heading to Virginia Tech out of George Mason, Jared Lyons, who has been just about untouchable so far this summer. Lyons making his 4th appearance, 3rd start for the Red Sox. He has yet to allow a run across 15 innings and has struck out 22, allowing just 5 walks and 5 hits. Lyons' senior season at George Mason was an all-right one in which he was a horse for Mason. He threw a career-high 80 2/3 innings. Not sure how much longer we'll get him this summer, but his draft stock has risen precipitously thanks to a red-hot start to his summer through his 3 outings for the Sox, making his 4th now and looking to continue pitching well in a Red Sox uniform. Jack Hausinger will step up to the plate against him to get this one going. The defensive alignment around the field for the Red Sox, Luke Schliger will catch Jared Lyons. Mike Bovey plays first. Pass Ferreras plays second. Hunter Haas back at short. Drew Bowser, first time we get to see him at the hot corner, he plays third. Left to right in the outfield is Caden Connor, Cole Carrig, and Homer Bush. Xavier's Jack Hausinger steps into the left-hand batter's box. First pitch home is lined down the right field line. It sits just foul, says field umpire Mike Hinojosa. Down the first baseline, the third base umpire is Michael Farnan, and calling the balls and strikes is John DiGiolamo. Hausinger comes in a .255 hitter on the summer. A left-hand batter on an 0-1 is a curve, the first curve that misses inside. Jared Lyons, that excellent spiked curveball that has been a difference maker for him thus far this season. And Lyons having his sign already on a 1-1. Here it comes. Another curve. This one drops in a strike. 75 degrees, cloudy and humid here in Yarmouth as this one gets started about 15 minutes earlier than we initially anticipated. 1-2. Fastball misses high and tips off the glove of Luke Schliger to the backstop. A 2-2 count from Lyons. But a threat of rain later. Both managers, veterans of this Cape Cod League, Scott Pickler, Harvey, Shapiro, saying let's start earlier. 2-2 is off the fists, shallow to right, heading foul and down on the real estate. Another 2-2 will come home to Jack Hausinger in just a minute. Hausinger stands just 5'8". An infielder by trade, has played lots of outfield for Wareham so far this summer because they're a little short in the roster department. If you check their roster online, it says they only have 1 true outfielder. 2-2. Curve in there, strike 3 called. And that's how this one starts. Hausinger has a gripe with the home plate umpire, DiGiolamo, but he has no ground to stand on. It's a strikeout for Jared Lyons. Ho-hum, that's what he's been doing this summer, picking up the Ks. He picks one up to start this one, a looking strikeout, and that's the first out of the ballgame.
Earlier start, storm incoming, it doesn't matter. Jared Lyons still striking people out.
Right hand hitting Hogan Windish, the center fielder, steps in. First pitch home to him. A curveball misses low. The Red Sox are wearing their home whites. Red Sox across the chest, whitey on the left shoulder sleeve with the red caps, red bills. 1-0. Swing and a miss. Fastball up, and he blew it by him. Some Red Sox have opted for the high socks today, as Lions always does. With the red coloring, the white and blue stripes in the middle around the upper calf. 1-1. Fastball misses up. 2-1 on Windish. The Gatemen on the other side wearing their blue tops with the red lettering, gray pants. 2-1. Curve missed away. And a 3-1 count on Hogan Windish out of North Carolina Greensboro, who's been one of the more productive hitters in this lineup. A 303 hitter coming into this one with a home run and 10 driven in. And a 3-1 is a fastball strike outside corner. Count runs full here. Windish is rocking a 4-game RBI streak. Which has him 5th on Cape Cod in RBIs. 3-2. Fastball in there. Strike 3 called. Got him in the outside corner. Back-to-back looking strikeouts for Jared Lyons. And the Cape Cod de facto strikeout leader is back at work. We are seeing the breakout of something special every time Jared Lyons steps to the mound. As Alan Roden, another left-hand hitter, will step up. Slugger out of Creighton, just a .235 hitter this summer so far. First pitch to him, a curveball, drops in strike 1.
And you mentioned the incoming storm, Sam. This is the best pitcher you want if you're trying to get through as many innings as you can on a shortened timetable. Jared Lyons works quick.
Roden back in the box. Here's an 0-1. Checks the swing on one in the dirt. Didn't go. Another curveball. 1-1 count on Creighton Blue Jay, who's in playing right field today. Led the Jays with a .387 batting average this year. Not a big power year in the home run department. Only hit 4, but he had 25 doubles. 1-1. Curve just missed off the inside corner. So a 2-1 count. The infield shifted right on Roden, a Wisconsin native, who comes into this one 4 of his last 12. 2-1. Low in the dirt, another breaking ball. Lyons falls behind his second straight hitter. He worked back against Windish to strike him out. He'll have to do the same here against Alan Roden. Out of the windup, here's a 3-1. Missed well away for ball 4. First base runner of the game is a 2-out walk to Alan Roden. Just the 3rd time he's walked this season. Brings to the plate another right-hand hitter, Max Anderson, out of Nebraska. First pitch to the Cornhusker. In the dirt, spiked to fastball.
Anderson, a Brave, making the trip over the bridge to be a gateman. He was with Harvey Shapiro last summer at Bourne and following the field manager here to Wareham.
One of a couple of those. Peter Burns, their catcher, has a similar story. 1-0. Is poked out towards right center. Homer Bush over. He's got it. Makes the catch and ends the inning. A walk, a couple strikeouts, and a scoreless first for Jared Lyons. He continues now a 16-inning scoreless streak to start his summer. Red Sox coming to bat, bottom of the 1st. We'll be right back.
T-Mobile is proud to sponsor the Cape Cod Baseball League. T-Mobile is committed to serve those who serve, and that's why they go above and beyond for our active duty military, veterans, and first responders. Visit your neighborhood T-Mobile store or T-Mobile.com to learn more. Sam Lebowitz, Darren Lyons did his thing, and now the Red Sox are due up.
And they'll go to work against the right-hander heading to Auburn, Jonathan Brand, the undersized righty, who is heading to Georgia by way of Miami, Ohio, where he had an outstanding year. The Wareham returner led Division I baseball in ERA, minimum 70 innings, which makes it even more impressive. Among guys who had a full season of work under their belt, no one was better at run prevention than Jonathan Brand, of 1.40 ERA this season for the Red Hawks. In his 13 innings of work, 77 and a third innings, he went 8-2 for Miami and allowed just an opponent batting average of 206, striking out 86 batters. That's more than one per inning. Red Sox will go to work against him. So far this summer, pitching to a 4.5 ERA across his first 3 starts for the Gateman. Luke Schliger will lead it off against him, followed by Cole Carrig and Mike Bovey here in this first. Caden Connor, Johnny Long, Drew Bowser, 4 through 6. Hunter Haas, Pass Ferreras, Homer Bush round out the Red Sox lineup in this one. Brand works out of a modified stretch. First pitch home to Luke Schliger, misses away a fastball. 1 ball, no strikes. Schliger, 1-0. Taken, fastball, strike. Luke did not start yesterday, got in the game as a pinch runner, didn't hit. A 226 average so far this summer. 1-1 is poked out towards left center. That's going to drop in a base hit in front of Hogan Windish. A leadoff single for Luke Schliger, the first hit for either side. And a fast start for the Red Sox. Brings up Cole Carrig. Cole has kept that average above 300 despite some recent struggles. He did go 1 for 4 yesterday against the Firebirds in a 4-0 Red Sox win, in which they did not score a run on an RBI hit in the entire game. First one to Carrig, misses down and in to the switch hitter batting left. 3 RBI groundouts and a wild pitch, scoring the 4 Red Sox runs on a violently windy day at Eldridge Park that was not conducive to offense, but it was conducive to pitching, and Bryce Robinson and Luke Jewett combined to shut out the Firebirds. 1-0. Chopped towards second. Padilla fields, flips to short for 1. Relay by Wright is in time, a double play. So Schliger's leadoff single quickly erased on a 4-6-3 double play. 2 out, nobody on for the right-hander Brand. And Mike Bovey will hit with the bases clear. Cole Carrig is rocking the high socks for the first time this season. And doesn't appear to be working for him thus far. His first swing of the game produces a pair of quick outs. And here's Mike Bovey. First one to Mike. Fastball, taking a strike. Haven't seen Barrel Mike since Chatham the other day. Did not get in yesterday's game. A 3-10 hitter. 0-1. Misses down and in. A fastball. Brand's mostly fastball slider. He works in the upper 80s. Not a big guy at all. Listed at 5'9". 1-1. Chop to the second baseman. Padilla goes to the backhand. Plants and fires and gets Bovey by a half step. So after the leadoff single, a couple of ground balls for Jonathan Brand get him through the first. We head to the second here at Red Wilson Field in a scoreless game. We'll be right back. Red Sox baseball brought to you by Cape Cod Veterinary. Cape Cod Vet Specialists offer premier emergency and specialty care for your pet when it matters most. Located in Buzzards Bay and Dennis. Learn more at CapeCodVetSpecialists.com. That's CapeCodVetSpecialists.com. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez, top half of the second. Scoreless first for both right-handed starters in this one, and Jared Lyons back to the mound for this second frame. Gets the middle of the Wareham lineup with the fifth hole hitter, Carter Graham, Ryan Campos, and Brian Padilla to face him. Stanford's right-handed slugger, Carter Graham, will kick things off here in the second. Just a walk against Lyons in the first, struck out a pair, going to work against the big righty. Slider misses away. Infield shifts to the left side of the infield against Carter Graham. Stanford slugger looking for his first hit of the summer. He's 0 for 8, 1-0. Curve drops just away. Quick 2-0 count on him. Graham getting in just his third game as a Gateman after an outstanding year for the Cardinal. 2-0. Curve drops high. 3-0 on Graham. This year at Stanford, a .331 hitter with 22 home runs, drove in 79, a Pac-12 first-team selection, facing a 3-0, and he takes it down the middle, a fastball, 3-1. Baseball America had him as his second-team All-American. 3-1. In the air to right center, Homer Bush over. Has it in his tracks, he makes the catch. A routine fly to right starts us off in the second. And now Ryan Campos, the designated hitter out of ASU, an Arizona native, will take the swings.
This will be a fun matchup, Sam. Campos just 5 strikeouts and 45 at-bats. He's been one of the hardest guys to strike out on Cape, and you're looking at the best strikeout pitcher in Jared Lyons atop the mound.
Infield plays him straight up, as does the outfield. First pitch, swing and a miss, fastball. Cole Carrick, the center fielder, actually has the left-handed hitting Campos shaded a little towards left center. Campos has not missed a lot on his swings, but he is just a .222 hitter, a homer, and 6 RBIs. 0-1, swing and a miss. Fastball running in. Quick 0-2 count on a guy who has proven to be a tough strikeout this year, but Jared Lyons has gotten a couple of whiffs to start this at-bat. Quickly an 0-2. Missed high a fastball. This one brings Schliger out of the crouch. Just a show-me pitch, probably to set up a curveball. We'll see where he goes on 1-2 as Campos stepping out of the box, slow to get back in. Pac-12 All-Conference honorable mention faces a 1-2, and it's rocketed towards first. Knocked down by the chest of Bovey. He gets to the bag in time. Nice play by Mike Bovey to knock that one down and get the second out of this second inning. And here's Brian Padilla, the second baseman out of UConn. Must be interesting to have a Stanford guy and a UConn guy in the same lineup. Those two teams faced off on Super Regionals for the ages earlier this month. First pitch home, a fastball, swing and a miss. Both Stanford and UConn represented well on the Wareham roster. Oh, 1. Fastball high.
And you wonder if maybe that has something to contribute to the struggle as a team that just got here. I mean, Stanford and UConn season didn't end that long ago. Still trying to gel together.
1-1. Fastball, a strike on the outside corner.
Peeking over at some radars below us, Sam. Lions fastball sitting 93, 92. He's throwing it hard.
That'll play. Also, Jack Sullivan out of UConn on this Wareham roster. 1-2. Fastball missed. Close pitch. Just off the outside. Count goes to 2-2 on Padilla, who's batted just 15 times as a Gateman so far in just his 7th game. 2-2. Chopped foul. He is hitting .400 through those first 6 games. He's hit in his last 5. 2-2. Curve missed away. Count runs full on Padilla. It's already the 3rd 3-ball count for Jared Lyons. Here working with 2 out in the 2nd. On its way, 3-2. Curve missed high for ball 4. So maybe that curveball not quite as crisp in the early stages of this game. Lyons still trying to get the feel for it. It's the 2nd walk. Both have come with 2 out and nobody on in each of the first 2 frames. Here's Blake Wright, the shortstop.
And baseball pitchers, Sam, such creatures of habit, and your habit's thrown off when you play 15 minutes earlier. You wonder if, for a starting pitcher like Lyons, that affects your routine at all? Has to a little bit.
You would imagine. First one to Blake Wright. There's a curveball. There's a good one. Drops in strike 1. Right out of Clemson. This is the 2nd time this week that the Red Sox have had to start a game outside of the normal scheduled time. Harwich earlier this week had to push it back about a half hour due to a power outage. Now playing a little earlier today. 0-1. Well high. Good job by Schliger to get out of the crouch and put that one in the leather.
And Lyons now pushing almost 100 innings this season, if you combine his college year and his time on the Cape. He's had a lot of 3-ball counts, and here in his 4th start.
Before a 1-1, a check at first on Padilla. Could also be an issue with the weather, with the humidity today. It's very muggy today.
We've seen him grab the rosin bag a couple times.
Trying to keep things dry on his fingertips. Another check on first, a closer play. They got him! So much for the 2-out walk. Jared Lyons picks off Brian Padilla and ends things here in the top of the 2nd. On to the bottom half of this 2nd inning here at Red Wilson Field. The Gatemen and the Red Sox scoreless here on the Cape Cod Baseball Network.
As a proud sponsor of the Cape Cod Baseball League, the Massachusetts State Lottery is celebrating the games we love playing. From the baseball diamond to the many lottery games that help support all 351 cities and towns across the Commonwealth. So here's to 50 years of winning and 50 more.
Well, Carlo, couldn't have said it any better myself. Bottom of the 2nd, 4-5-6 for the Red Sox to try to get something going against John Brand. It's Caden Connor, Johnny Long, and Drew Bowser for the Red Sox. Scoreless game, bottom half of the 2nd. Here on a humid afternoon at Red Wilson Field, a threat of thunderstorms encroaching upon us on the radar. Probably about 7 o'clock before we see any precipitation. First one to Caden Connor, a fastball strike. Red Sox got a leadoff hit against Jonathan Brand in the first inning, which was erased quickly on a double play. Brand faced the minimum in that first. Now an 0-1 here to Caden Connor. Is chopped the other way towards the third baseman, Anderson. He plays it belt high. His throw across is in time. So a quick first out for Jonathan Brand, who's keeping the ball on the ground so far. All of his outs have been on the infield. Here's Johnny Long. Right-hand hitter for him to contend with. There was a late scratch for the Red Sox in this game. We got a new lineup about 10 minutes before first pitch. Chase Mydroth was supposed to bat third and play second. His first pitch to Johnny Long, a breaking ball, drops in strike one, but Mydroth's shoulder is barking on him a little bit. The Red Sox inserted Drew Bowser into the lineup and shifted everything around. 0-1, slider missed away to Johnny Long. Count 1-1. Drew Bowser's on deck. Johnny Long's in the batter's box trying to get that batting average up. Just a 176 hitter, and the 1-1 is slashed foul right side. Johnny an 0 for last night. He did walk. He also drove home a run with a ground out. Up to 8 RBIs this summer despite the low batting average. He's got a homer as well. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him late. Swing on a fastball. And already the 17th strikeout of the summer for Johnny Long in now his 18th game. First strikeout for Brand. Here is the Stanford product, Drew Bowser, who's making his Red Wilson debut for the summer. Drew activated for yesterday's game, took an over. First pitch is fouled back. Right-hand hitting Bowser. Played first yesterday. Playing third today, a much more comfortable position for him, which is where he was a lot for Stanford. Drew, a returner for the Red Sox this summer. Was here last year. Hit just 194. Looking for better results after a great season for Stanford. 0-1, swing and a miss, slider. Count 0-2. Drew finished his year with Stanford a .322 hitter in the last 14 games. 0-2, Brand holds at the set with his leg up and missed away. Brand trying to confuse the timing of the right-hand hitting Bowser. In that span, he had a stretch in which he hit 5 home runs in 4 straight games. 1-2, chop to the second baseman. Padilla plays the high hop. Throws over to first in time. Another ground out to the benefit of Jonathan Brand, who works a 1-2-3 second. Little bit of a pitcher's duel brewing here at Red Wilson Field. And with the threat of rain, we're moving quickly. On to the third we go in a scoreless game between the Wareham Gatemen and the YD Red Sox. Well, hello from Captain Parker's Pub over in West Yarmouth on Route 28. The entire crew from Captain Parker's wants to give a big salute to the Cape Cod Baseball League, especially to the young players who have dedicated so much time and effort to America's pastime. So join Captain Parker's for lunch or dinner or just a bowl of their world-famous clam chowder. Captain Parker's, easy to find, but awfully hard to leave. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez as we enter the third inning here at Red Wilson Field. Clemson's shortstop Blake Wright will get a fresh set of downs to start us off here as he was at the plate when Brian Padilla was picked off to end the second. First one coming to the right-hand hitter is off the fist into shallow left center, going to drop in, base hit. So Wright wasting no time. He already saw a couple pitches after all from Jared Lyons in the second inning. A leadoff single, first hit for the Gateman. Kicks off things in the third. And now Peter Burns, the catcher, will take the swings. Burns out of Boston College and a Reading, Massachusetts native who is playing in his third summer on Cape Cod, first with the Gateman. Left-hand hitter, first pitch to him is put up in the air towards right center field. Hit fairly well. Carrig and Bush converging in the gap. It's Bush to make the catch on the backhand. As Burns flies out to right center. That's the first out here in the third for Jared Lyons, who is not striking out hitters at quite the volume as his last start. Struck out the first two hitters of the game. Has not had one since. And here is Jack Hausinger, who was the first of those two strikeouts. The lineup flips over for the leadoff hitter. Another left-hand hitter. A little choked up on the bat. And first pitch misses down and in on him for ball one.
Homer Bush reeled in that last baseball, Sam. Maybe 5 steps to the center fielder Cole Carrick's left.
Bush can close ground very quickly. Right at first, 1 out, 1-0. Check swing, breaking ball, strike one. Good curve by Lyons, who's still trying to get the feel for that pitch on a humid afternoon at Red Wilson Field with a small but respectable crowd here. And peak of tourism season, another pickoff try on right. Peak of tourism season here in central Cape Cod. July 4th just a couple days away. The threat of rain not keeping fans at home today. 1-1. Clocked foul, right side, a curve. The bleachers down the third baseline are pretty much full up, as they usually are. A sizable amount of fans in the bleachers up the first baseline as well, and the hill down towards the Red Sox bullpen past the dugout down the left field line has a respectable amount of fans perched atop it. One, two. Popped up on the infield. Bowser calling all the way. Makes the one-hand catch. That's the second out here in the third. After the leadoff single, Blake Wright anchored at first. It is a nice crowd, especially considering the weather and considering the earlier start time. But fans have come out to see these Red Sox play, a Red Sox team that has won 7 of their last 8. Here's the first pitch to Windish, misses high. As is usually the case, some fans have set up their chairs beyond the outfield fence, mostly in left and left center. Wind is blowing out slightly towards left. The flag flying out towards the football field. The 1-0, a curveball that bends in on the inside corner, strike one. Hogan Windish also struck out his first time. A slight shift on the infield to the left against the right-hand hitting Windish with the runner on first, 2 out. 1-1. Curve. Couldn't get him to bite. Count goes to 2-1. Windish, a .370 hitter for UNC Greensboro this year, hit 16 homers. Long hold and a 2-1. Curve, chop, foul left side. That Greensboro team started 0-7. But worked back and almost got back to 500, finishing just a game below it. They were the 4th seed in the conference tournament and won 3 doubleheaders in a row and getting a bid for the NCAA tournament. Quite a comeback season for Greensboro. Windish, a big part of it. 2-2 runner going, and it's chopped left side and foul. And a good job by Windish to spoil that one because Blake Wright kind of tripped as he got started there. Foot got stuck in the mud a bit. Been some long plate appearances against Jared Lyons, despite the scoreless innings thus far and not a lot of traffic against him. This will be his 46th pitch before another check at first.
His pickoff throws, Sam, are almost as clean as his pitches. I mean, Bovee doesn't even have to move the glove. He just catches the ball and the tag is being applied.
Jared seems to do a lot right when he's out there, especially this summer. Here's another 2-2. High fly ball out to center. Kara going back. Still going back. He leaps. Forget it. Hogan Windish gets one up into the air in center field and leaves just over that 352-foot away fence. A 2-run home run, and for the team that has hit the least amount of home runs on Cape Cod, the Gatemen jump out in front 2-0. The first runs allowed this summer for Jared Lyons, and it comes on a Red Wilson special.
Well, on a hot, humid day with the wind blowing out and 352, kind of the opposite conditions we had yesterday with the wind blowing in at 434 to center at Eldridge. That ball just gets out of here.
First one to Allen Roden, a curveball that misses in the dirt. You can see Lyons still trying to figure that curveball out today. He was just kind of flipping the grip as he gets that ball back into his hand. Back out of the windup against Roden, who walked his first time. 1-0 is pulled up the first baseline and foul. The first runs of any kind, earned or unearned, against Jared Lyons this summer comes in his 17th inning of work. He finally has an ERA above 0.00. 1-1. Inside to hit him. Hit by pitch. Puts a runner on first with 2 out after the homer. Luke Schliger will go and chat with his right-hander. Brings up Max Anderson, who lifted a fly out to right center. John Raiola will go and join them out on the mound and just finish up this conversation. Try to figure out what's going on with his mustachioed right-hander. Raiola heads back to the dugout now, and we will reset. Runner on first, 2 out. 2 runs home on the home run. Gaiman providing run support for their de facto ace with that Hogan Windish 2-run homer. First one to Max Anderson, right-hand hitter, runner on first, on its way. Fastball misses high. No movement brewing in the Red Sox bullpen. Might change if there's more traffic against Lyons. 1-0. Missed low, another fastball. So after the home run, a hit by pitch after falling behind 2-0, and now a 2-0 count to Max Anderson. Curve missed low. Couldn't get it over. 3-0 on Anderson with power hitting threat, Carter Graham, to follow if Lions can't work back in this count. 3-0. Fastball strike down the middle.
And Coach G is on the jog down to the dugout for YD as bullpen catcher Nolan is putting the catcher's gear on, so somebody is going to get up and throwing.
Lions set. 3-1, runner goes, and it's fouled. Back to the net on a curve. Still can't tell who is getting up to throw, if anyone. But clearly they're thinking about getting someone up, as Lions has struggled here with 2 out in the third. Pair of runs home on the homer. Runner on first. He'll be off with the pitch. 3-2. Here it comes. And it's in there. Strike 3 called. He got on the outside corner. Lions picks up the strikeout, but that comes after the Gatemen pick up 2 runs. A 2-run home run out to center field for Hogan Windish. Plates the opening bullets for this game. On to the bottom of the third we go. Red Sox trailing 2-0. Back here, home half of the third at Red Wilson Field. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. Red Sox coming to bat, trailing 2-0 after Hogan Windish's 2-run home run opened the scoring in this one. Hunter Haas has been swinging the bat well of late. He leads off and swings at the first pitch and nubs it right to the first baseman, Carter Graham. Plays it back and heads to the bag in time. 1 pitch, 1 out. Hunter Haas retired, brings up past Ferreras, who's back in the lineup after he was away from the team for a few days due to family reasons. Hasn't played since June the 28th against Harwich, but he's back in there, the starter at second base in this one. And he'll swing the lumber with 1 out and nobody on against Jonathan Brand, who has allowed just a single through the first 2+ now. First pitch, breaking ball, drops in strike 1. Ferreras, a 156 hitter, only has 5 hits this summer, but 4 of them for extra bases. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Wild cut on a slider out in front of it. 2 doubles, 2 homers, passes driven in 6. In his 10th game as a Red Sox this summer, after he played in 22 for the Sox last year. 0-2. Fastball just missed off the outside corner. The catcher, Peter Burns, tried to frame it. But home plate umpire John DeGivolamo said no. 1-2, slider missed away. Good job by Ferreras to not chase that one. Lots of space up the middle of the infield for pass. on a 2-2. Chopped foul at the plate off of Ferreras' body. The shortstop, Blake Wright, is playing pretty deep in the hole. Second baseman, Brian Padilla, playing fairly deep in the second base position as well. Pass can get something past this mound. It'd be tough to make a play on it. 2-2. Fastball in there. Strike 3 called. Got him on the outside corner. Ferreira shakes his head as he walks away. Second strikeout for Brand. 2 out, nobody on. And Homer Bush, the 9-hole hitter, the right fielder, will hit. First one to Bush, misses down and away. Homer in a bit of a mini slump. 0 for his last 7. 1-0. Breaking ball tipped foul right towards the on-deck circle where Luke Schliger picks it up with a bare hand. Red Sox trailing 2-0 with 2 out here in the bottom of the third. A Hogan Windish 2-run homer started the scoring in the top half of this frame. Red Sox have just a single now, almost through the first time of the batting order. 1-1. Breaking ball hits the outside corner. Strike 2 to Bush. Count 1 and 2. Strikeouts have been an issue for Homer. He has a strikeout at least in his last 5 games. 1-2. Swing and a miss. Make it 6. Bush late on a fastball. And a 1-2-3 inning for Jonathan Brand to shut down the Red Sox after he got the lead. A pair of strikeouts. We head to the 4th. Carlo Jimenez will take you through the middle innings here at Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox trail the Gatemen 2-0. Red Sox baseball brought to you by MP Sports Cards, a proud sponsor of the Kids Baseball Clinics. If you're a sports card collector, be sure to stop by and check out the latest releases, graded cards, supplies, and more. A local favorite for hobby enthusiasts across Massachusetts, and of course, your Cape Cod Baseball League. Stop into their store and mention code Red Sox to get 1 free pack of 2022 Topps Baseball updates with any purchase. Some exclusions apply. Visit them at 71 Main Street in Carver, Massachusetts, or online at mpsportscards.com. Carlo?
Thanks so much, Sam. I appreciate it as always. Hey, Sox fans, if you thought about buying or selling a home, Emily Szymanski of the Salty Dog Group is your pet friendly neighborhood realtor. As part of the team at Keller Williams Realty of Cape Cod and the Islands, Emily is your go-to resource for home buying and selling. Call Emily Szymanski at 508-221-0196 or visit thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. That's thesaltydoggroup.kw.com. Top of the 4th coming your way where the Wareham Gatemen hold a 2-0 lead over the YD Red Sox. Jared Lyons still out there on the mound for his 4th inning of work. Peeks over the top of the glove, kicks and deals to the righty Carter Graham, who swings and rips one right at the shortstop. Haas on the charge, makes the catch. Thigh high, and there's one away on 1 pitch. Hunter Haas prepared for that one from Carter Graham, and now up stands the left-handed bat of Ryan Campos. A game that started at 4:45 here today. Hari Shapiro, Scott Pickler trying to avoid the imminent storms. First pitch to the lefty. Fastball, he swings and rips it into right. Homer Bush, the right fielder, going back, and he watches it leave the yard. Second home run of the day for the Wareham Gatemen. This one off the bat of Ryan Campos. It's now 3-0 Wareham in the top of the 4th.
Just attacked a fastball, and he didn't miss it. Campos has clearly a little bit of home run power in that bat, despite standing just 5'9". That's his second of the summer, and that one not quite the cheapie that maybe the first one was off Windish's bat.
Brian Padilla looks on and watches a fastball miss low. 1 ball and no strikes. So 3-0. Wareham leads YD, a team that came into this game with 4 home runs on the summer. Here's the 1-0. Curveball catches the outer edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. They have 2 today. We are not through 4 innings. 1 to center and 1 to right. Padilla walked his last time up. Here's the 1-1. And he looks at a ball in the dirt. 2 balls and a strike. It is Collins getting warm in the pen for the YD Red Sox. So we'll see if he comes in for the second time this summer. Here's the 2-1. Curveball just misses away. And the count 3 balls and a strike. A lot of 3-ball counts for Jared Lyons today. That is the 5th.
Looks like Bryce Collins has a new number.
3-1. Curveball at the knees on the outer edge. 3 balls and 2 strikes. What did he change it to?
From 21, he's wearing now 43, it looks like.
No update for us. Here's the 3-2. And a curveball misses inside. Back-to-back at-bats for Brian Tabia, in which he takes full count walks. And up comes Blake Wright. With 1 on and 1 out. Jared Lyons, who had not allowed a run all summer. And Scott Pickler might be going to the pen. As he walks out, looks towards his bullpen, doesn't signal, and now does. So after Jared Lyons goes 15 innings, Sam, in his 3 outings where he only gives up 5 hits and no runs, today just 3 1/3. He gives up 3 runs on 3 hits and walks 2. Not the outing we expected from Lyons, but you have to imagine that with the storm coming and this game most likely not going 9, Scott Pickler feels like this is the time to get somebody out of the pen into the game.
Yeah, whatever the reason may be, Jared Lyons isn't quite as sharp as he's been this summer. The 3 walks, the 2 home runs that he's allowed so far in this game. Lots of deep counts against him. The pitch count starting to rise. Pick says, why mess around? Why let this hole get deeper? We might be dealing with a shortened game on our hands if this rain becomes more than just a threat. And he's figuring, why let a guy who clearly doesn't have it, as unfortunate as it may be for Jared Lyons with the start he's had to his summer, why let him get any deeper in this game if he's not able to command well and the pitches that he is commanding are getting hit over the fence?
We'll take a quick break and be right back. Bryce Collins makes an appearance here at Red Wilson Field as the YD Red Sox trail the Wareham Gatemen 3-0. We welcome you back to Red Wilson Field, where the YD Red Sox trail the Wareham Gatemen by a score of 3-0. And a new pitcher, it's Bryce Collins out of the pen, a righty out of LSU, making his second appearance of the summer. Pitched an inning and 2/3 against Katuitt in the 4-1 loss here earlier in the week. Gave up 1 hit, walked 2, no runs. First pitch home. And a breaking ball misses low to the right-handed bat of Blake Wright. Runner at first is Brian Padilla, who walked on a 3-2 count. Jared Lyons, after masterful performances to begin this summer, he's human. Goes 3 1/3, 3 runs allowed. Here's the 1-0. Fastball misses low and in. The count, 2 balls and no strikes. 3 walks, 3 strikeouts in the 16 batters he faces. And as Sam mentioned multiple times, just didn't have the curveball today. Collins looks on, working from the first base side of the rubber. The glasses on his head. 2-0. Big curveball that misses up and away. 3 balls and no strikes, and Collins doesn't have his curveball either. Padilla at first. Hasn't stolen a base this summer, just stole 4 this past season with UConn. A pretty conservative lead. 1 out, 3-0. Fastball low. 4-pitch walk out of the pen as Collins walks Blake Wright, the 8-hole hitter. Padilla moves to second. There's now 2 on and 1 out. 3-0 Wareham leads YD in the top of the 4th inning. So up comes the catcher, Peter Burns. And just not a typical game here from YD, especially from this pitching staff that has been excellent. Had allowed 6 runs in the last 6 games. Already 3 on the board in the 4th. Collins looks towards the lefty Burns. He pitches, and the curveball misses low and away. And the count, 1 ball and no strikes. Burns in his 3rd year on Cape. Don't see many guys with 3 years of Cape experience, especially considering there was no 2020 season. 1-0. Fastball off the edge. 2 balls and no strikes with 2 on and 1 out. A Wareham team that doesn't swing the bat particularly well. In their last 5 games, hitting just above 200. But Sam, with runners in scoring position, as a team, they hit 260. Right now, a runner in scoring position, Padilla at second, and Wright following him at first. 2 balls and no strikes, the pitch. Fastball down the runway. 2 balls and a strike. First strike thrown by Bryce Collins after 6 straight balls, and Matt Cavanaugh is already up and running in that bullpen for the YD Red Sox. A bullpen that has been stellar for YD. Here comes a 2-1. Fastball catches the outer part of the zone, just above the kneecaps. 2 balls and 2 strikes. It was brought to our attention by the Wareham broadcaster Cameron Ezayer that YD's bullpen has allowed 6 earned runs this summer. That's right. 6 in 64 1/3 innings of work. That's absurd. 2-2. Curveball bounces in the dirt. Good block by Schliger as it rolls up the third baseline, and a full count here to Peter Burns. And Bryce Collins in danger of walking the bases loaded. Three 0 Wareham, all on home runs. A solo shot to right by Campos, a 2-run home run by Hogan Windish. And a team that came in here with 4 home runs on the summer already has 2 on the board. 3-2. Fastball misses away, and the base is full of Gatemen with 1 out for Bryce Collins. Here's the top of the order. It's Jake Hausinger.
You can't be doing that. If you're coming out of the bullpen for a team facing the 8 and 9 hitters, you got to be able to come out and throw strikes. Bryce Collins has only thrown 2 strikes to the first 2 hitters he's faced and has walked both of them. Not a good start to an outing, and now you have to contend with the top of the order. And a guy who hit a home run his last time is on deck.
Here's the opening offering, and a swing and a foul tap. Count, no balls and 1 strike to the left-handed bat of Hausinger. The good news for YD is the pitching staff has only allowed 1 hit all summer with the bases loaded. They turned 3 double plays yesterday. 1 more here today would finish off this top of the 4th. 3-0 Wareham leads YD. Infield playing in, 0-1. Curveball misses away. 1 ball and 1 strike. At third, leads Padilla, who has decent speed. A fly ball to right or left, he should be fine, but Colt Gehrig's arm in center has been fantastic this summer. Would be interested to see if Harvey Shapiro wants to test it. Bases loaded, 1 out, 1-1. Curveball low and away. Schliger has to use the chest protector to block it. They count 2 balls and a strike. And it looks like Sam Cavanaugh still taking time to warm up. But we'll see how quickly, if Collins isn't able to throw strikes here to Hausinger, we might see Matt Cavanaugh face Windish, who had a 2-run home run in his first at-bat. He's on deck. 2-1. And he spikes that fastball. 3 balls and a strike.
This is an action pitch if there ever was one, Carlo. With 3-1 count, he's walked 2 in a row. The bases are loaded, only 1 out. Have to throw a strike here. You cannot walk a 3rd consecutive hitter, 4th overall after Lyons walked his last hitter.
3-1 down the hill. Ball 4 away, and it gets away from the catcher, Schliger. A free pass coming home from third, and scoring is Padilla. Schliger tracks it down to his left, and a free run for the Wareham Gateman. Bryce Collins comes in, walks 3 in a row, and that's going to do it. As Scott Pickler heads out of the pen, he wants the Birdman. Matt Cavanaugh is flying into this game and hoping to clean things up. Bryce Collins walks 3 in a row. He walks in a run, and it is now 4-0. Wareham with a massive lead over the YD Red Sox in the top of the 4th. Can Cavanaugh clean things up with a storm imminent? We'll find out next here on the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. Bases loaded, 1 out here in the top of the 4th inning as the Wareham Gatemen lead the YD Red Sox by a score of 4-0. And the Birdman is doing cleanup work for YD, trying to get out of this frame. Bryce Collins comes in for relief for Jared Lyons. He walks 3 in a row, throws 12 balls and just 3 strikes to the 3 batters he faces. And now the guy who hit a 2-run home run his last time up, Hogan Windish, digs in, trying to add to the 4-0 Wareham lead. Cavanaugh, the lefty from Nova Southeastern, sets at the belt. He kicks and deals. Slider popped up into left field. Coming in the left fielder, Connor. He got a bad jump. Still coming in. It bounces in front of him. Scoring from third on the play is Padilla. On to third. Goes right. Burns is in second. It's a bloop single for Hogan Windish to left. Caden Connor did not have a good read, and it's now 5-0. Wareham leads.
Looked like a pretty routine F7 off the bat. And Connor, a late jump, playing a little deep on Windish, who homered. Tried to deke a little bit, throw that glove up at the last second, but the base runners read it as it fell in pretty clearly. No chance for a force out anywhere. Wheels are coming off for the Red Sox.
Now here's the left-handed bat of Alan Roden as Birdman stares in. Kavanaugh with the long flowing hair out of the back of the hat. The sun peeking out from behind the clouds. It was overcast and dark earlier as Roden wants time. But it's now sunny, and a lot of people have shown up to the ballpark. There were maybe 25 people here when we had first pitch. You can 8 times that. First pitch to the left-handed batter is a slider on the outside part of the plate. That's the Kavanaugh special, and there's no balls and 1 strike to Roden. Kavanaugh making his 5th appearance out of the bullpen. 7 innings of work. No runs allowed. 8 strikeouts for the lefty out of Coral Springs, Florida. Bases loaded. 1 out. 5-0. Wareham leads YD. 0-1. Slider just misses away. 1 ball and 1 strike. Roden was hit by a pitch in his last at-bat in the 3rd. The runs have come via a solo home run, a walk, and a bloop single to left. Not loud contact for Wareham in this frame outside of the home run, but they've had now 8 guys come to the plate. Kavanaugh's 1-1. Slider, swing and a miss. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Roden. Matt Kavanaugh from Nova Southeastern. Former school of J.D. Martinez down in Florida. And 2 strikes on a lefty. This is where Matt feels invincible. At third, Padilla. At second, right. At first, Windish. 1-2. Slider, ground ball to first. Coming home with it is Bovee. They get the force at home. Snap back, throw to first. Not in time. Almost got Roden again. Going back to first base. Bovee, who grounded that ball just to the right of first Sam, didn't step on first. Didn't look like he was in great position to do so, but did get the run coming home. It remains 5-0. 2 outs now. On to third. On the play goes right. At second. Try to get you who the fielders are. A little confused here. And now here is Max Anderson. Kavanaugh looks on with 2 on and 2 out. 5-0 to score. Slider catches the outside part of the plate to the right-handed batter. And the count, no balls and 1 strike.
I've got Hausinger at third, Windish at second, Roden at first.
I think that's right. Oh, 1 down the hill. Fastball at the knees. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes quickly. So Max Anderson, right-handed batter, wearing the sunglasses. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 5-0. Wareham at the 3 spot in the top of the 4th inning as they lead YD. Matt Kavanaugh looking to get him out of this nightmare frame. 0-2. Fastball off the end of the bat, down the right field line, and foul. And the count, no balls and 2 strikes. Fans are out and about. This is a packed Red Wilson Field. What was once empty is now full. There is chairs pretty much the entire way from the left field foul pole to the right field foul pole in the outfield. Down the third baseline and the first baseline, it is busy. 0-2. Slider popped over the head of the shortstop Haas and into left field, a base hit. Hausinger scores. Following him, coming home is Windish. Throw to third is cut off from the center fielder by Haas. It's a 2 RBI single from Max Anderson, and the Wareham Gatemen have blown this one open 7-0 in the top of the fourth. And batting for the second time in this inning, here's Carter Graham. Lined out to the shortstop, Haas. On the first pitch he saw, that was against Jared Lyons 2 pitchers ago. Runners at third and first. At third is Roden. At first, Anderson. 2 outs, 7-0 Wareham. Opening offering home, and Carter Graham looks at a slider that misses low. 1 ball and no strikes. And what a turn of events here, Sam. Wareham with a 5 spot in the top of the fourth, and they are in cruise control, up 7-0. Runners at the corners, 2 away. Kavanaugh's 1-0. Slider low. 2 balls and no strikes. Nobody up in that YD pen. Still early in this one. Top of the fourth, 2 outs. Red Sox, a team looking to win their 7th of their last 8. Kavanaugh's 2-0. Fastball, swing and a miss. Graham reaches for 1 away. And the count, 2 balls and a strike.
Carlo, as ugly as this has gotten for the Red Sox, it can get even uglier. Carter Graham is a guy with a lot of power. He had 22 home runs this year and drove in 79.
Led Stanford in both those categories. 2-1. Fastball, he rips on a line right at the third baseman, Bowser. And his teammate gloves it to retire him. That does it for the top of the fourth inning. 10 come to the plate. 3 hits. 4 walks, 5 come across. Hope you got all of that. It's 7-0 Wareham as we head to the bottom of the fourth. Welcome back to YD Baseball here at the Cape Cod Broadcast Network. I'm Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz. Well, the Red Sox are in a hole. 7-0. YD trails Wareham, their largest deficit of the summer. And in stands the left-handed bat of Luke Schliger facing Jonathan Brandt. First pitch, Schliger looks at a fastball up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. And while 5 batters for Wareham have come to the plate 3 times. Here's the 1-0. Schliger looks at a fastball that catches the outside edge. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is just Luke Schliger's second at bat in the bottom of the fourth inning. 1-1. Schliger taps one off the end of the bat, fouled on the first base line. 1 ball and 2 strikes. An offense for Wareham that had been hitting .206 in their last 5 games with just 4 home runs on the summer. They've got 2 home runs today, 7 on the board. Here's the 1-2. Schliger hits it off the end of the bat, down the first base line. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes, and it's been a different looking team for the team over the bridge. Great crowd here at Red Wilson. Many lawn chairs out and about on July 4th weekend. 1-2. Fastball misses high. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And Sam, these Whitey Red Sox don't really have the luxury of time. Despite it being the bottom of the 4th, there is a storm on its way. 2-2. Schliger fouls one back to the screen. The count holds again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Long at bat here between Brand and Schliger.
Yeah, they've got work to do, and they got to do it quick. Only 1 base runner for the first 3 innings. That's going to have to change.
2-2. Schliger takes a curveball low. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Working along at bat is the leadoff hitter. He has that 1 hit. It was to begin the game in the bottom of the 1st. And then Cole Carey grounded into a double play. 3-2. Schliger takes strike 3 on the inside part of the plate. The fastball finds the zone. And there's 1 away. That's the 4th strikeout for Jonathan Brand. And it begins the bottom of the 4th inning. 7-0. Wareham leads YD. Here's Cole Carey.
I understand what Luke is trying to accomplish there. Base runners are the name of the game right now for the Red Sox. Create traffic and try to create as many opportunities to score as many runs as possible when you're down 7-0, but just too close of a pitch to be able to take.
Now the switch-hitting lefty Carrig looks at a first pitch fastball that catches the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Carrig grounded into a double play his first time up. Long blonde hair flowing out of the back of the helmet. Here's the 0-1, and he swings and rolls 1 foul, first base side. And a new look for Cole, who's hitting just .200 over his last 11 games. He's got the socks pulled up just below the knees. Sam, how do we feel on the new Cole Carrig high sock?
I think it works for him, but it clearly hasn't worked for him or for the team thus far in this game.
Choking up on an 0-2 count. Here it comes. A fastball hot. 1 ball and 2 strikes to Carrig. 7-0. Wareham with 2 in the 3rd and 5 in the top of the 4th. They brought 10 to the plate. And YD in their deepest hole of 2022. 1-2. Carrig taps 1, third base side. It trickles foul. Count holds at 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cole, who spent his last summer in the Alaskan Baseball League for the Anchorage Bucks. 31 games, hit .263.
The most interesting thing about the Alaskan Baseball League, besides the fact that there is a baseball league in it in Alaska, even their night games, they play in daylight.
1-2. Carrig gets one back to the screen. Waits another 1-2 pitch. The sun does not set.
No, you get about 16 hours of sunlight, sometimes more over the summer in most parts of Alaska.
1-2 down the hill. Carrig fouls another pitch back.
So
And home plate umpire wants 5 more baseballs.
no real need for lights at any ballpark in Alaska. Over the summer, at least. If you're playing any winter ball, which I'm sure you're not in Alaska. It gets awfully cold up there. I don't know if you've heard.
Not outdoors. You're not playing baseball. 1-2. Carrig hits one sharply on the ground to short. Padilla, the shortstop, gloves it ankles high. Throws to first in time. There's 2 away. And up comes Mike Bovey. The Anchorage Baseball League, though, Sam, does draw massive crowds. Carrig, the Anchorage Bucks play at Mulcahy Stadium, where 4th of July crowd is around 4,000.
Better than some minor league baseball games.
Better than anything on Cape. Here's the lefty Mike Bovey, who looks at a first pitch fastball down the chute. No balls and 1 strike. 7-0. The Wareham Gatemen have come over the bridge to Red Wilson Field and punched the Whitey Red Sox in the mouth. They're in the bottom of the fourth with 2 outs. 0-1. Slider catches the inside part of the plate. Quickly Bovee in the hole 0-2. And Jonathan Brand, who is the ace for this Wareham team, playing his role. Here comes his 0-2. Bovee just gets a piece as he waves at a curveball.
Doesn't throw hard. Doesn't really have a true third pitch that he throws very often. Isn't a big guy at all, but he's been locating and getting soft contact, and it's working.
0-2. Fastball. Bovee fights off as he pops it into left field. Hausinger, the left fielder, racing in. Called off by the shortstop, Padilla, who drops the baseball on the backhand, and Bovee is at first. Most likely going to be called an error there as Hausinger was racing in, but called off by a shortstop who could not come up with a baseball. That's right, the shortstop. Padilla is at second. And an E6 against right. And so here's Caden Connor with Bovee at first. Left-handed batter with 2 outs, 7-0. Wareham leads YD. Flag gently blown out to left. Brand looks on, kicks and deals, and the throw is a little wide. The catcher, Peter Burns, jumps up to snare it and slipped a little bit. There is extra dirt all around the infield, especially at the bases here at Red Wilson Field. The grounds crew doing a great job to prepare this field for what's brewing. Right now, though, it is gorgeous. Sun is out, a couple clouds in the sky. No complaints from us. Little humid. 1-0. Caden Connor looks at a fastball that misses above the zone. 2 balls and no strikes from Jonathan Brand. Connor, who picked up an RBI yesterday, hits in 3 of his last 4 games. Caden has been Mr. Consistent so far this summer for YD. 2-0. Looks at a fastball away. 3 balls and no strikes. He's been on base in all but 2 games all summer. Batting average doesn't jump off the page, but in a league where the average is 213, if you're hitting 263, that's pretty good. Bovee at first, 2 gone. Wareham 7, YD none. 3 balls and no strikes to Caden Connor. Defense straight away. Here comes a 3-0. Connor takes strike 1. Up and on the outer edge, awfully close to being ball 4, and the count 3 balls and a strike. John DiGirolamo behind the plate, calling the balls and strikes. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Connor chases the curveball 3-0 to 3-2 with Bovee at first. Wareham with 5 in the top of the 4th. Mike Bovee reaching on an error by the shortstop. Right. As Caden Connor digs back in, taps the plate once. Brand sets at the belt, glove just away from the letters. Bovee running 3-2. Caden Connor rips one into right center field. Roden going back. Roden watches it, one hop the wall. Rounding third, coming home. Bovee is in on his feet, into second with an RBI double as Caden Connor. And the Whitey Red Sox break up the goose egg on the board. It's 7-1. Wareham leads YD.
Ball almost got out of here for Caden Connor, showing off a little bit of power. We haven't really seen that out of Caden much this season, but with the runner going on 3-2 and 2 out, and anything that was going to get in the gap was going to score Mike Bovee there. Nice piece of hitting by Caden, even in a 7-0, now 7-1 game. Still lots of time for the Red Sox to get back in this game, only the 4th inning.
Here's the right-handed batter of Johnny Long with Connor at second, who swings at the first pitch, uppercuts one into right. Right fielder Ronan still going back at the wall on the back pedal. It's over the fence! Johnny Long with his second home run here at Red Wilson Field, and all of a sudden, the Whitey Red Sox are within 4. A 2-run blast from Long. It's 7-3. Wareham leads.
There's some quick offense. That's a way to get back in this game. They score 5, you put 3 up right back on the scoreboard, make this a 4-run game at this ballpark, especially on a day where the wind is not blowing in and the ball is traveling a little bit more. Why not? Why not be able to come back from a 7-0 game? You've been able to win pretty much every other type of way this summer already. Why not keep it going?
Right-handed batter of Drew Bowser digs in here in the bottom of the 4th, opening offering his way, and he takes a slider away. 1 ball and no strikes. Whitey not done yet. 7-3 Wareham leads a 3 spot in the bottom of the 4th. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Bowser chases a high fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Mike Bovey reaches on an error that looked like could have been the final out of the bottom of the 4th. Caden Connors scores him on a double into the gap. 1-1. Slider misses away. 2 balls and a strike. And then a home run from Johnny Long, 93 miles an hour off the bat, 346 feet to right field. That will go in every ballpark. And all of a sudden, 3 on the board for the Red Sox. 2-1, swing and a miss. Bowser chases a slider that drops off the table and moves away from him in the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and the base is empty. A sunny day here at Red Wilson Field. A light breeze to left. 2-2. Slider off the edge. 3 balls and 2 strikes to Drew Bowser. And a big home run there from Johnny Long, Sam, a guy who was just 1 for his last 19.
Just another fly ball Red Wilson special. But if it works, it works.
3-2. Bowser looks at ball 4. Slider misses away. We're not done yet here in the bottom of the 4th inning. 4 straight batters have reached, and up comes Hunter Haas with 1 on and 2 gone. And now a mound visit for the Wareham Gatemen. A game that started early, 15 minutes early, in hopes to get through 5 before the storm came. But a whole lot of offense here at Red Wilson Field. 7-3. Wareham leads YD. Sam Lebowitz trying to get a peek at who is down that right field line, and it's Cameron Weston out of Michigan. It would be the 4th appearance of the summer for Weston, who's got a 1 ERA in his 9 innings of work, 10 strikeouts, just 1 walk for the rising senior. Won't come in just yet, though. Brand remains on the mound facing Hunter Haas. 5 runs in the top of the 4th inning by the Wareham Gatemen. YD has responded with 3 runs in the bottom of the frame. It's 7-3 Wareham.
That error opened the door for the Red Sox. 2 out pop-up, unable to be handled by the shortstop Blake Knight, is turned into 3 unearned runs.
And now in stands the right-handed bat of Hunter Haas. First pitch to him. Haas swings and misses. Count, no balls and 1 strike. Hunter, one of the hotter hitters in this lineup coming into today. Headed to Texas A&M by way of Arizona State. 9 for his last 19 with 2 RBIs, a home run, a couple of extra base hits. Drew Bowser at first with 2 gone, the 0-1. Haas swings, rips one into the gap into left center field, racing over the center fielder, Windish, and he catches up to it for the final out. 2 hits, 3 runs come across, 1 left on the base paths. That does it for the 4th inning. 7-3. Wareham leads YD here at Red Wilson Field. We're back for the 5th after this. Red Shirt Fridays is a national program created to acknowledge, honor, and support our troops and first responders who put themselves in harm's way to defend our freedom. In support of this program, the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox and all Cape League teams will be wearing a specially designed red jersey every Friday. This special weekly celebration of Red Shirt Fridays is sponsored by Zephyr Hats, Massachusetts State Lottery, and OT Sports. Support our troops and first responders, and join us by wearing red every Friday. Giardino's Family Restaurant, a Cape Cod tradition, same family, same location for 52 years. Giardino's is a part of the community, giving back to many and various organizations. Giardino's is a family-oriented operation serving a wide-range menu sure to please everyone. Give us a try, and you will come back. Visit us at 242 Main Street, Route 28 in West Yarmouth, or visit Giardino'sFamilyRestaurant.com. Carlo Jimenez and Sam Lebowitz welcoming you into the 5th inning here at Red Wilson Field. A 7-3 Wareham lead over the Whiney Red Sox. The Gatemen with 5 runs in the top of the 4th. YD with 3 in the bottom of the 4th. As we begin the 5th, Wareham comes to bat against Matt Kavanaugh, also known as Birdman, the herky-jerky lefty, to face the left-handed bat of Ryan Campos. Kavanaugh in the sun, Campos in the shade. Here comes the first pitch. Slider misses up and away, and the count 1 ball and no strikes. Ryan Campos today with a solo home run to right, his second of the summer. He is 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Here comes the 1-0. And he swings and misses at a slider. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Base is empty, nobody out. A Wareham team that had struggled offensively in its last 5 games, hitting just .206. Has exploded here today. Kavanaugh kicks 1-1. Slider, swing and a miss. And the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Campos exhales and walks all the way around the mound. Not happy with that last swing. A guy who doesn't swing and miss a lot. Just 5 strikeouts on the summer. No double-digit strikeout games for him. He has been patient in the batter's box. Kavanaugh with the glove next to his left ear comes set at the belt. Here's the 1-2. Slider, swing and a miss at a ball in the dirt. Schliger picks it up down the right field line, throws to first, and it hits the back of Campos, who Schliger says is in the base path, but home plate umpire John DiGirolamo says he was not in the in the way of Schliger, and so he is safe.
Carlo, not a whole lot has gone right for the Red Sox in this game. Campos don't really know much about what to say there. That's just a fairly routine play, and Bovey did what was right there and moved to the foul territory side of first base to create a lane for Schliger, and still the throw was not able to clear the runner.
So the leadoff hitter in the 5th reaches. Kavanaugh throws back, and back on his feet is Campos. Not sure what exactly the ruling is there.
They're not giving an error to Schliger. I think if there was a ruling, it would be that, but I guess it's just a strikeout wild pitch.
So now it's the right-handed bat of Padilla. Opening offering, slider his way, catches the back door. The count, no balls and 1 strike. By back door, we mean outside of the zone, curling away and in. 7-3, Wareham leads YD. Nobody out, runner at first, top of the 5th inning. First matchup of the summer between these two teams. They'll see each other 4 times in 2022. Kavanaugh throws to first. Back on his feet is Campos. Ryan with 1 stolen base this summer. Guy who was a Pac-12 Conference honorable mention, freshman All-American for the Arizona State Sun Devils. Teammates with Whitey's Red Sox shortstop Hunter Haas. 0-1. Fastball tapped back to the screen. No balls and 2 strikes. Sun is out. Shadows creeping down the right field line. And people are out and about here at Red Wilson Field. Fans filling the bleachers down the right and left field line. And all the spots in the fence on the outfield also full. Snap back throw to first. Back and ahead first slide is Campos as he dives in. YD trailing Wareham 7-3. A light breeze out to left. Kavanaugh looks at first. 0-2 down. Swinging a foul tap. Padilla just gets a piece. Campos was running on the play, but he has to go back to first. And the count holds at no balls and 2 strikes. Brian Padilla has walked both times he's come to the plate, both on full counts. First at bat against Kavanaugh, who came in for Collins, who took the ball from the starter Lyons. Bullpen quiet for the Red Sox. Here comes an 0-2. Fastball popped up back towards the dugout of Wareham down the first base line, and Bovee watches it land just 4 feet in front of him foul. In front of that invisible fence. There's 2 white painted lines down the right field line to represent the out of play area. Kavanaugh bent at the waist, 90-degree angle. His long blonde hair flowing out of the back of his red cap. He comes set, the lefty staring down Campos at first with nobody out. Check at first, and an 0-2. Slider misses up and away. Trying to catch the outside part of the plate. And the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The official ruling is a reach on a drop, 3rd strike for Campos. So no error to anybody as he takes a healthy lead over there at first. Kavanaugh's 1-2. Slider popped up, shallow center field. Coming in the center fielder, Cole Carrig. He calls everybody off and makes the catch. Going back was the second baseman, Paz Ferreras, and the shortstop, Hunter Haas. And everybody joined together. Cole said, I got it. And he wasn't lying. There's one away.
Bit of a late call. Almost a dangerous play with all 3 of them kind of converging into the same space, but Cole did a good job to yell clearly, make sure everyone in the ballpark knew that he had it.
7-3, the Wareham lead over the whiny Red Sox. Carrig, one of the more outgoing personalities on this team. And is it the center fielder has the authority to call off that ball coming in. 1 on, 1 out. Here's the right-handed bat of Blake Wright, the 8-hole hitter against Kavanaugh, who deals home. Pitch out, misses up and away. Schliger looks down at first as Campos scampers back to the bag.
You're right, Carlo. It was certainly a pitch out, and he almost threw it to the backstop.
The batter's box, especially that left side where Wright digs in the shadows. Flag stoic in left. 1-0, snap back throw to first. No tag applied by Bovee. Paying a lot of attention to Campos there at first. A busy Red Wilson Field trying to see if the Whitey Red Sox can come back, trailing at 1.7-0, now down 7-3. Kavanaugh's 1-0. Fastball turned on. This could be 2. Charging the shortstop, Hunter Haas. Doesn't have a play to second. Throws to first to get the out. Down goes Wright. It would have been a tough turn with the speed of Campos. He was almost already at second base by the time Haas got to that baseball. So 2 gone with a runner in scoring position for the 9-hole hitter, Peter Burns.
I think that ball hit the lip of the infield grass out in front of home plate and took a high hop that slowed it down. Had it not, it might have been an easier chance to turn 2. But on that kind of play where Haas has to charge so hard on the slow chopper, best play is just to get an out.
Runner in scoring position. Wareham looking to add to their 7-3 lead in the top of the fifth. As the left-handed batter, Peter Burns looks at a first pitch ball low and in. Two runs by the Gatemen in the third, 4 in the fifth, 5 in the fourth, excuse me. We're in the top of the fifth with 2 outs. Kavanaugh is 1-0. Fastball above the zone. 1 ball and 1 strike. 2 balls and no strikes. Peter Burns making his third appearance to the plate. He walked his last time up. Catcher playing for Harvey Shapiro for the third summer. 2-0. And he looks at a slider that drops in. 2 balls and a strike. Kavanaugh looks back at second, gives a long stare towards Campos. Burns hit 182 for the Bourne Braves last summer, which Shapiro headed. Was a victim of 17 strikeouts and 55 at-bats. Good defensive catcher, but struggled a little bit with the bat. Had a big 3-run home run in the playoffs for the Bourne Braves, who fell just short as they were swept by the Brewster Whitecaps in the championship series. Kavanaugh with a couple looks at second, no throws. Him and Hunter Haas trying to get on the same page. 2 outs, 7-3. Wareham leads YD. We are in the top of the 5th inning. Kavanaugh's 2-1. Slider on the outer edge. Nicks the outside part of the plate. 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs and Campos at second. Wareham trying to avoid losing 4 in a row for the second time this season. Meanwhile, this YD team trying to grab their 6th win against a Western Division opponent. They're 5-1-1 against the West. Time is called between Schliger and Kavanaugh. As the wind picks up slightly. We're supposed to have a storm later tonight. Couldn't tell right now. There's barely any clouds in the sky here at Red Wilson. 2-2. Slider rocketed down the right field line and foul. A couple of kids down that line come up with the ball on one hop. Nice play made by one kid. No glove, bare hands. He was ready for it. Two outs. Campos leads at second base. And now home plate umpire John DiGirolamo asking those kids who are down that first base line and on the line to move all the way behind it. And they do. There's been an announcement on the PA a couple times. So everybody's in order. 2 balls and 2 strikes, 2 outs, runner at second. 7-3, Wareham leads YD. Kavanaugh looks as the sun being covered by the clouds. 2-2, misses well inside. 3 balls and 2 strikes. And all of Red Wilson now in the shade as a massive cloud comes over the top of the field. Flag gusting out to left. No home runs have been hit that way. We've seen 3 of them, 2 by the Gatemen today. 3-2. Swinging a ground ball up the first base line. The first baseman, Bovey, gloves it knee high. He jogs to first, beats out Burns in a race, and that does it. One reaches on a swing and a miss, strike 3, in which the catcher, Schliger, hits Ryan Campos on his way to first. And we are halfway home here at Red Wilson Field. 7-3, Wareham leads YD midway through the 5th. Hey fans, Devidime is the official website development company of the Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox. They designed and developed our website and helped us with marketing to bring more fans to the games and more visitors to our website. Devidime helps organizations generate more leads and maximize their marketing budget. Check out devidime.com to learn more. And be sure to like Devidime on Facebook. That's DEVADIGM.com. Devidime.com. Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lewitz, our producer Zach Clapp here behind home plate at Red Wilson Field, where I hope you like offense. 7-3, the Wareham Gatemen lead the Whitey Red Sox. We begin the bottom of the fifth, and a new pitcher, a righty out of Michigan. It's Cameron Weston making his fourth appearance of the summer. He faces Paz Ferreras, Homer Bush Jr., and the leadoff hitter Luke Schliger. Sam, quickly, what do we know about Mr. Weston?
Guy who split most of his time between the bullpen and the starting rotation for the Wolverines this year. 11 starts, 9 relief appearances, 81 2/3 total innings, 92 strikeouts. He'll walk you to 38 walks. Pitched to a 4.74 ERA. Considered one of the top draftable arms coming out of the Big Ten this year.
First pitch to the righty, Ferreras. He looks at a fastball high. They count 1 ball and no strikes.
D1Baseball.com ranked him the 4th best draftable prospect coming out of the Big Ten this year.
1-0. Ferreras nubs one to short on 3 hops. Vacuumed up by the shortstop right. Throw to first is on a line and in plenty of time. There's one away. So Weston retires the first batter he faces. Here's Homer Bush Jr. 7-3. Wareham leads YD on a windy day here at Red Wilson Field. Wind blowing out to left. First pitch to the righty, and he swings and foul taps one into the glove of Peter Burns. The count, no balls and 1 strike. If you're just joining us, Wareham got 2 runs in the 3rd inning. Here comes an 0-1. Bush swings and misses. No balls and 2 strikes. They then picked up 5 in the top of the 4th, in which they had 10 come to the plate. YD responded with 3 2-out runs in the bottom of the 4th. 0-2. Bush swings and misses at a slider. A 3-pitch at bat for Homer Bush Jr., who strikes out for the 2nd time today. First strikeout for Weston is his 2nd of the day. And the leadoff hitter, Luke Schliger, to face Cameron Weston here in the bottom of the 5th. 7-3, Wareham leads. Partly cloudy. Clouds have been overhead for most of the day. Opening offering to Schliger is a changeup that drops in. No balls and 1 strike. 2 outs and the base is empty. Here's an 0-1. Fastball misses inside. And the count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Weston kicks 1-1. Swinging a tapper down the first base line. That's to the right of the bag. And the count, now a ball and 2 strikes. Schliger with those dirtied up pants from sliding around. He singled back in the 1st. Was the only hit for the Red Sox until an RBI double from Caden Connor with 2 outs in the 4th. And a new baseball here for Cameron Weston, who throws one back to the catcher, Burns. He has to jump out of his squat to snare it. Wareham 7, YD 3. First matchup between these 2 teams all summer. They'll face off again Friday next week at Wareham. 1-2. Fastball misses high. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes with 2 outs. And an early start to this one, Sam, at 4:45 to get through 5 innings, which makes this an official game, and it looks like we'll be just fine getting there. Here's a 2-2. Schliger looks at a fastball that misses up and away. 3 balls and 2 strikes in the bottom of the 5th with 2 outs and nobody on. Only 1 game has been postponed so far on Cape, and that's Orleans and Brewster. 3-2. Fastball misses low and in. Luke Schliger works himself aboard with a 2-out walk. YD has another 2-out base runner. That's how they scored all their runs in the 4th. Here's Cole Carrick.
Feels like it's been a minute since a Luke Schliger walk, but we know he likes to get his bases on balls, that he's an accomplished strike zone auteur.
For Schliger, it's been 22 at-bats since a walk, Sam, so you're on point. First pitch to the righty, Cole Kehrig. Switch hitting, he swings and misses. No balls and 1 strike. 7-3, Wareham leads YD. Flag gently blowing out to left. Fans taking advantage of that see-through fence in the outfield. They're all around the fence. 0-1. Kehrig takes a fastball at the knees on the outer edge. No balls and 2 strikes. Shadows of atop the mound here at Red Wilson and in the batter's box. 1 on, 2 gone. Bottom 5. Schliger with 2 stolen bases on the summer leads at first. Here's the 0-2. Kehrig looks at a fastball well above the zone, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes. Cole Kehrig comes from an athletic family. His father played baseball at San Jose State. 1-2. Kehrig looks at a ball away. Fastball off the zone. Not a lot of breaking stuff here from Cameron Weston, Sam.
He's shown a good slider, mostly in the at-bat to Homer Bush, but to the left-handers, it's been mostly fastball, a couple of changeups.
Schliger at first. YD looking to crawl back into this game, down 7-3. To Wareham. 2 outs, 2-2. Kehrig tops one down the first base line, and that clipped him. Foul ball. Cole is grabbing at those right shoelaces.
I think he got it right off the tip of the right toe, or one of the toes on his right foot, because he was giving some attention to the end of his foot.
Looks like he's all right as he spits into his glove, rubs them together, and digs back in. Schliger at first. YD trying to replicate their 2-out performance in the 4th here in the 5th, where they picked up 3 runs. A team that we have seen win a lot of games, Sam, that maybe they didn't play their best ball, and they're trying to do that again here at home. 2-2. Kehrig hits one off the end of the bat, down the left field line, moving over the third baseman Anderson in foul territory with the glasses on. He makes the catch. 1 walk, 1 left on, no runs come across. We're through 5 here at Red Wilson Field as we head to the 6th inning. 7-3. Wareham leads YD. Fans, it's time for our 6th inning trivia contest brought to you by Coxswain Media and Pixie 103, Cape Cod's Rock. We'll give you today's trivia question. Answer the question before the next home game by going to ydredsox.com/trivia. Answer correctly, and you'll be eligible to win an official YD Red Sox game jersey signed by the 2022 YD Red Sox team. Here's today's trivia question. How many players from the 2016 YD Red Sox championship team played in the major leagues in 2021? Don't forget to submit your answer at ydredsox.com/trivia. Good luck. Sixth inning coming your way. Matt Cavanaugh still on the mound. The Wareham Gatemen lead the Red Sox by a score of 7-3. Here's the lefty Jake Hausinger, who looks at a first pitch slider for strike one. No balls and one strike. Hausinger with a walk back in the fourth. Still looking for his first hit today. Cavanaugh sets belt high. Here comes an 0-1. Slider topped back over our heads in the count. No balls and two strikes. Well, it was a sunny field here at Red Wilson, has darkened due to the dark clouds. According to the forecast, a storm is imminent across the Cape, although we are through 5, so this is already an official game. Wareham looking to hold on to their 7-3 lead. 0-2. Fastball swung on and tapped foul. And it nearly nails a car. We'll try it again at no balls and two strikes. Top of the order due up against the lefty. Cavanaugh making his 5th appearance of the summer. The Birdman kicks 0-2. Slider swinging another foul down the third base line. Hausinger not going down without a fight. No balls and two strikes to him.
Carlo, it looks like we'll be clear at least until around 8 o'clock precipitation-wise. Just checking out the radar gun. Nothing in the immediate vicinity of the Central Cape.
It's good news. 0-2. Slider in on the hands. Hausinger fights it off down the third base line. Jack Hausinger, good friends with YD Red Sox Luke Franzoni. Hausinger finished second in pretty much every offensive category this past year for Xavier to Franzoni. Walks, hits, on-base percentage, home runs. In fact, if it wasn't for Luke Franzoni, as here comes the 0-2 to Hausinger. He looks at a slider that misses away. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Jack Hausinger would have had the home run record for Xavier. He had 16 this past year, tied the old record. Unfortunately, there was a guy named Luke Franzoni in that dugout who had 29 and obliterated the old record. Cavanaugh's 1-2. Fastball above the zone, 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Carlo, you really can't get too much different looking guys who are your 1 and 2 in your offensive unit as the top producers on your team. Franzoni's built like a tight end. Hausinger stands just 5'8".
Still with great pop in his bat. Nobody out and nobody on. Top 6, 2-2. And that one gets him on the right elbow. Look out. No elbow guard for Hausinger. He drops to his knees, head on the dirt. And that left-hander's batter's box. And Harvey Shapiro and the training staff for Wareham are going to go check on him. He gets up now and heads down to first on the hit-by pitch to begin the 6th inning.
He's holding that right wrist. We don't have the benefit of the replay, and it all happens awfully quickly. But that either got on the elbow area, the
umpires are going to come together now. I'm not sure what they are discussing.
Do they want to talk about if that hit the bat or if he swung even?
If Hausinger didn't get hit by a pitch, he should go to acting school because
he sold it awfully well. From my perspective, I would be shocked if they ruled that this didn't hit meat and bone.
They're looking at that right wrist. And they're going to put him at first on a hit by pitch. 7-3, Wareham leads YD. And Hausinger takes a bruise. And as a present, he gets a base. And so here's Hogan Windish, a right-handed batter, as Hausinger gets a nice applause from the fans here at Red Wilson Field. Some of them starting to retreat home as we get more stormy weather. The wind picking up. The clouds turning a shade darker of gray. The field with that extra dirt all on the infield. Ready for the rain that we hope to not see. Hausinger at first. Hogan Windish, who had a 2-run home run and an RBI single today, digs in. A Gateman team that had just had 4 home runs on the season coming in. First pitch to the righty, and he looks at a slider that misses low, about shin high. The count, 1 ball and no strikes. Windish with a home run in the 3rd, and then Campos with a home run in the 4th. 2 home runs today for a Gateman team that was last on Cape. Kavanaugh's throw to first. Back on his feet is Hausinger. 1 stolen base on the summer for Jack. Windish, part of that UNC Greensboro team, a kinesiology major. Right-handed batter looks towards Kavanaugh. There's the 1-0 down the hill. Fastball, Windish rips it into right field, a base hit. Hogan Windish adds another layer to his fantastic Saturday afternoon. That's his 3rd hit. On to second goes Jake Hausinger. 2 on, nobody out. Here in the top of the 6th inning, 7-3 Wareham leads, and up comes Alan Roden as there is movement in that bullpen down the 3rd base line for YD.
Looks like it might be Connor Thurman who's starting to get warm. I think it is.
Roden has been hit by a pitch. He's walked today. Left-handed batter looks on. Nobody out. 2 on. Lefty Kavanaugh pitches, and a swing and a foul down the 3rd base line. No balls and 1 strike. A Wareham team that had a struggling offense coming in, hitting just .206 in their last 5. It's been a different team today. In their first matchup of the summer with the YD Red Sox, trying to end a 3-game slot. 0-1 from Kavanaugh. Fastball catches the inside part of the plate. Schliger thought about a throw back to second, but Hunter Haas not ready for it. The shortstop for the Red Sox. Roden, who shared the Big East Player of the Year award with Luke Franzoni, who's in that dugout for YD. Led the Creighton Blue Jays in batting average at .387. And a guy who is great at making contact. Here's an 0-2 to him. And he swings and grounds one left side towards the gap. Backhanded by the shortstop, Hunter Haas, who slides to cut it off and keep the runner at 3rd, and Hausinger on to 1st. Without a throw, Alan Roden reaches on an infield single. And the base is loaded with nobody out. Trouble once again brewing for the YD Red Sox as the Wareham Gatemen look to add to their fantastic day at the plate. 7-3 they lead YD. And the base is juiced for the cleanup hitter, Max Anderson. This is how you draw it up. Anderson on a 6-game hitting streak in which he is hitting above .400. He had a 2 RBI single with the bases loaded his last time up. Right-handed batter looks on towards Kavanaugh. Here's the opening offering. Slider just nicks the outside part of the plate. No balls and 1 strike. Flag quietly blowing in left. Lawn chairs surrounding Red Wilson Field as fans on July 4th weekend are out and about, taking in some Cape League baseball, and it has been an offensive showing here today. Infield comes in with nobody out and the base is juiced. Here's the 0-1. Slider misses low, just below the kneecaps. 1 ball, 1 strike. Hausinger was hit by a pitch. Windish singled on a ball to right, and Roden with an infield knock. 7-3, Wareham leads YD, looking for more offense in the top of the 6th with nobody out. 1-1. Slider misses low and in, trying to jam the right-handed batter of Anderson. Max, the 2021 Big Ten Freshman of the Year. 2 other Big Ten Freshmen of the Year have played for the Wareham Gatemen. Nick Swisher and Alex Dickerson, might recognize those names. 2 pros. Anderson becoming the third. 2-1. Fastball. He rolls right to the shortstop, Hunter Haas, who comes home for one. Snapback throw to first, almost off the bag. Bovee able to snare it. Whitey gets a out as they cut off Jack Hausinger coming home. On to third goes Windish. At second is Roden, and Anderson reaches on the fielder's choice. Up comes Carter Graham, the sophomore from Stanford, who had 22 home runs this last spring for the Stanford Cardinal. 1 out, bases loaded. (7-3). Wareham leads YD. Graham in just his third game.
You're looking for that same exact ground ball if you can get it here. Because with the infield back now with 1 out, you can turn 2 here.
Right-handed batter stares in, 6'2", 220. First pitch to him, and he swings and rolls one down the third base line and just foul. 3 or 4 kids go racing after it, and one in a bright neon shirt with a glove on his left hand. And if I'm not mistaken, Sam, that might be a Mets cap. Comes up with the ball.
Let's go Mets, baby.
Sam Lebowitz has found himself a new friend at the ballpark. Bases loaded, 1 out, 7-3. YD trails Wareham. Gateman looking for more offense, 0-1. Fastball swung on and lofted into right field. Homer Bush Jr. towards the line. The right fielder comes up with a baseball head high. Tagging from third on his way home is Windish. The throw in cut off by the first baseman, Mike Bovee. And another run comes in. Wareham adds a tally to their lead. It's now 8-3 Gateman. On to third on the play goes Alex Roden. Max Anderson holds it first, and there's 2 gone in the top of the 6th. The best arm in that outfield is Cole Kerrigan's center, and that ball deep and down the line. It's a deep right field line. 335 down the right field line, 342 down the left field line. That kind of offset the 352 to center. Runners at the corners for Ryan Campos. Left-handed batter who had a solo home run in the 4th inning today. One of 2 home runs for the Wareham Gatemen as time is called. Anderson yet to steal a base, leads at first. In the extra dirty infield. First pitch home, the lefty chops one to first base. Mike Bovee watches it roll foul. The first baseman gloves it. No balls and 1 strike. And by extra dirty, we don't mean it's messy per se. We mean that the YD Red Sox ground crew put more dirt on the infield in case of rain. Try to be able to play this one as long as possible. And for YD, they might need every inning, trailing 8-3 in the top of the 6th. 3 runs in the 4th, the only offense for the Red Sox. Kavanaugh with the blonde hair flowing out of the back of his hat comes set at the belt. His 0-1 offering. Slider just misses low. Very close call from Kavanaugh, who is able to use that slider so reliably. He digs in on the third base side of the slab. The trees in the outfield waving back and forth. Fans murmuring about here at Red Wilson. One of the best crowds we've seen all summer. Kavanaugh's 1-1. Fastball chopped on and shot foul down the left field line. Over towards the hill where fans have their lawn chairs out. Connor Thurman still warming up in that YD Red Sox pen down the third base line. Couple of Little League players who are in their unis are atop the camera stand in straightaway center. Watching this one, runners at the corners, 2 out. 8-3 Wareham leads. 1-2, runner goes, and a swing and a foul. Running from first was Anderson, and he has to put on the brakes and walk back to first.
Carlo, one of those little leaguers from the stand beyond the center field fence, just hopped down and ate it a little bit. Foot gave out from underneath him as he landed. He seems to be okay, though. He shook it off.
That's good. It's not what happens when you get knocked down. It's how you respond. YD Red Sox trying to respond after giving up 8 runs, the most they have relinquished all summer. Here in the top of the 6th, Kavanaugh throws to first, a little loft as Max Anderson with those glasses on. They're not exactly the rec specs. They're the Oakleys that are clear. Yet to see some rec specs this summer, Sam. Maybe Hyannis tomorrow. Need to see some. 2 on, 2 out. Kavanaugh stares in. 1-2 to Campos. Swinging a ground ball right side. Second baseman Ferreras can't handle the second hop. It pops up on him. Coming home from third and scoring is Rodin. On to second goes Max Anderson, and it has been that type of day for the YD Red Sox. Another run comes in on the E4. Make it 9-3. Wareham leads YD. As Campos reaches on the air, looked like a routine play and just an ugly hop for Paz Ferreras. So 2 on and 2 out for the right-handed bat of Padilla. Kavanaugh deals. Padilla fouls one off down the right field line for a souvenir. No balls and 1 strike. Padilla, the 7th batter of this 6th frame. Thanks for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. If you're a Wareham fan, smiling ear to ear, the Gatemen on the verge of ending a 3-game slide, avoiding losing 4 in a row for the 2nd time. 0-1, backdoor slider in there for strike 2. Quickly, no balls and 2 strikes to Brian Padilla. Padilla out of Brooklyn, New York. A leader at UConn. 2 on, 2 out. Here's the 0-2. Fastball, swing and a miss. That does it. And ends the top of the 6th inning. The Gatemen add 2 more to their total. It's now 9-3. Wareham leads YD on 2 hits. 2 come in, 2 left on. We'll be back for the bottom of the 6th inning here at Red Wilson Field. Wareham in the driver's seat against YD. Welcome you back to Red Wilson Field. I'm Carlo Jimenez alongside Sam Lebowitz and Zach Clapp. No summer in YD Red Sox Nation would be complete without our youth baseball clinics where boys and girls ages 5 and up can learn the game of baseball and the importance of sportsmanship. Kids get to master the fundamentals of the game and sharpen their skills in a fun baseball clinic taught by Coach Pickler and the future major leaguers on our roster. For more information, go to ydredsox.com/clinics. This year's youth baseball clinics are proudly sponsored by the Salty Dog Group of Keller Williams Realty, MP Sports Bars, and Giardino's Family Restaurant. The Yarmouth Dennis Red Sox and all the kids, thank you. Bottom of the 6th inning coming your way, and if you're the YD Red Sox, cover your ears. It is a 9-3 Wareham Gatemen lead. The Gatemen making the trip over the bridge and punching YD in the mouth as they have taken control here at Red Wilson Field. In stands the left-handed bat of Mike Bovey. To begin the bottom of the 6th, first pitch. Bovey looks at a slider that misses low and in as Cameron Weston begins his 2nd inning of work. Bovey scored a run back in the 4th after reaching on an error. 1-0. He swings and hits one on the ground. One hopper, backhanded by the second baseman Padilla. Knee high, turns, shuffles his feet, throws to first, and there's the first out of the bottom of the 6th. Second time Mike is retired on a ground out to second base. And up comes Caden Connor, the left-handed batter, who has an RBI double today. Caden Connor in the cleanup spot today. A guy who, no matter the score, Sam, always feels like he's having a good time. First pitch to the lefty. And he takes a fastball on the outer edge. There's no balls in one strike. Always seeming to be smiling is Caden. Really lives in the moment. And it shows. He plays well day in and day out. Defense straight away for the left-handed batter, 0-1. Fastball misses inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The blue sky has disappeared and been masqueraded by some gray clouds. No wind, but awfully humid weather. 1-1. Connor swings and misses at a slider. 1 ball and 2 strikes. It's a great day to be at the park. Not too muggy where it's uncomfortable. One, 2 down the hill. Caden takes the ball low. Misses away. Appeal on to third, and third base umpire Michael Farnan says Caden did not go. Base is empty, 1 away, 9-3 Wareham, 2-2. Connor looks at a fastball high, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Second full count offering to Caden Connor. Last time he had a full count, he ripped the double off the fence and right. A lot of work to do for YD, trailing by 6 runs. Here's a 3-2. Connor swings and belts one into right center field. Roden got him back towards the wall. It one-hops the wall. Connor turns it first, heading for second. He slides. Throw in from the right fielder is in on a hop. Back-to-back doubles for Caden Connor, who picks up another extra base hit. And there's a runner in scoring position with 1 away in the bottom of the 6th. Caden Connor came into today with 2 doubles. He's doubled that. As here's the right-handed bat of Johnny Long, who hit a 2-run home run his last time up into right center field. 9-3, Wareham leads YD. See if the Red Sox can peel away at that lead. Weston from the first base side of the rubber deals. Fastball misses up and away. 1 ball and no strikes. Red Sox will take on Hyannis in back-to-back games at McKeon Park tomorrow. And then here at home on the 4th. 1-0. Long takes a slider that drops in. 1 ball and 1 strike to the right-handed batter. Johnny's home run trying to end a slump. The batter from Long Beach State. 1 for 19 before that last swing. 1-1 to him. And he swings and misses at the fastball. 1 ball and 2 strikes. In fact, today, one of our writers, Dylan, came out with a feature on Johnny Long that you can find on our website. Go check that out. Johnny's parents have been in town the last couple of days. 1-2. Long half swings at a slider. Did he go? No, says first base umpire Mike Hinojosa, who's playing up the middle over towards second base, where Caden Connor leads with 1 out. 9-3, Wareham leads YD.
I thought maybe he did, but they don't ask me, Carlo. And
they don't.
Johnny played it off well. Just kind of assumed that it was a ball.
2-2. Long takes strike 3 on the outer edge. Rung up on the fastball. There's 2 away, with Connor still waiting at second base. Well, it didn't matter if they asked you or not, Sam. Same result. Johnny Long strikes out for the 2nd time today. And here's Drew Bowser, still looking for his first hit of the summer. Reached for the first time on a walk in the 4th. Caden Connor at second, 2 away. Wareham with a 9-3 lead over the Eastern Division leaders, YD Red Sox. First pitch home. Bowser swings, rips one into left field, a base hit. Hausinger charging in as Connor gets the stop sign from Scott Pickler at third. There's the first hit for Drew Bowser. And the returning YD Red Sox leads at first with 2 away. Up comes Hunter Haas. And Scott Pickler down that third base line. Caden Connor comes in. He's got 2 doubles today. And what is the first thing Pickler says? He's talking to him about his stride.
He never really turns it off.
No, no, he
And
doesn't.
It's an absolute pleasure to be able to see it every day.
Even somebody yesterday like Gunnar Goldsmith, Sam, who is just here with the team until he goes with the Appalachian League tomorrow, took batting practice. First pitch to the righty, Haas. So fastball on the outer edge, no balls and 1 strike. Pickler having him take BP before he heads off. A temporary player on the roster. Scott was still working with Gunnar for 5 straight minutes working on his swing. Here's an 0-1. Haas looks at a slider away. 1 ball and 1 strike. He really doesn't care if you're even on the official roster. He wants to work with everybody who steps in that turtle. 9-3 Wareham leads YDO. Ball and a strike to Hunter Haas with Bowser at first, Caden Connor at third. 1-1. Haas swings and bloops one into center field. Center fielder Windish started in slow. Now on a sprint, comes up with a catch head high. That ends the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 hits, 2 left on, no runs come across. As we head to the 7th, Sam Lebowitz will take you home here at Red Wilson Field. 9-3. The Wareham Gatemen lead the Whitey Red Sox through 6.
Taking you through the back third of what has been a bit of a wild baseball game. The first baseball game of the summer played between the Whitey Red Sox and the Wareham Gatemen. First of 4 for these 2 cross-divisional opponents. The Gatemen have struggled in the West. The Red Sox reign atop the East, but that hasn't mattered today. The Gatemen have tripled up the Red Sox as we head to the 7th. It's 9-3 Wareham ahead. A new pitcher for the Red Sox is Connor Thurman. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez as Thurman faces 8-9-1 in the Gatemen lineup in his 3rd outing as a Red Sox. Across the first 2, he's thrown just an inning and a third, has walked 3, has yet to allow a run to score on his ledger, with a walk and a strikeout. And last pitched against Harwich on June the 28th through a scoreless frame with a walk and a hit. Here's Blake Wright. The shortstop out of Clemson has been aboard 2 out of 3 times, a walk, a hit, a ground out. And he has scored both times he's reached. First pitch right on right is popped foul, right side and out of play. If you're just joining us, well, you missed quite a lot. Hogan Windish started the scoring in the 3rd with a 2-run home run off Jared Lyons, the first runs that Lyons has allowed all summer. The 4th was the biggest inning of the day for both sides. As here's an 0-1. Slider drops in, strike 2 from Thurman. 5 runs across in the top half of the 4th for the Gatemen. Started with a Ryan Campos home run, but 4 consecutive walks split between Jared Lyons and Bryce Collins set the table for a very crooked number. 0-2. is line to center. Carrick started in, now back astride, and makes the catch, let her high. So there's the first out for Connor Thurman. The Red Sox tried their best to erase some of the deficit, coming out in the bottom of the fourth and scoring 3 of their own. Johnny Long, a 2-run homer. That made it 7-3. And in the 6th, Wareham tack on 2 more to make it 9-3. Here's Peter Burns, left-hand hitting catcher, 0 for 2 with a walk. First pitch, a slider, hits the inside corner, says John DiGirolamo. Thurman, another one of these University of San Diego Toreros. 1 of 4 on the Red Sox roster. He's an 0-1. Fastball strike outside corner.
They all play at Torero Stadium.
I feel like they can get a little more creative with the name, Carlo.
So disappointed we were yesterday. We're looking that up.
A game that saw multiple Toreros for either side in Orleans yesterday. 0-2 is roped to the right side. Couple of hops for Pass Ferreras, the second baseman. He settles and throws him out at first. 2 down.
Nice play by Pass there, who had a ball sneak up on him in the last inning. Thurman's not a big strikeout guy. He's going to use his defense a lot, and so far his defense has held up for him.
Back to the top of the order in Jack Hausinger, another left-hand hitter, the left fielder today. First pitch home to him is taken just off the inside corner for ball 1. Hausinger 0 for 3. He's walked, driven in a run on that walk, and scored. An RBI the easy way for Hausinger. 1-0 to him. He's taking a slider for strike 1. Lots of kids at the ballpark today. If you hear our crowd mic picking up some giggling, the lopsided score has not seemingly affected the mood of our younger contingent of fans here.
Still foul balls to get.
1-1. Taken just beneath the knees. A ball, says John DiGirolamo, who's had a bit of a tight strike zone today. Lots of green up and down my scorecard, which is the color I use to highlight walks. Red Sox have walked 6, but they haven't walked a batter since that big 4th. 2-1. Ripped to right, heading down the line. It's foul, about 10 feet wide of the line. Hausinger, the Xavier standout, who Carlo, his last time through, told you that he played second fiddle this year to Luke Franzoni.
Played with Luke Franzoni, too, last year in the NECBL. Played on the same team.
2-2. Breaking ball missed off the corner. Tried to backdoor a slider and couldn't get it to come on back. Count runs full.
Played on the Valley Blue Sox with Luke.
Hausinger, a .283 hitter for the Blue Sox, mostly playing second base. 3-2. Fastball on the outside corner. Strike 3 called. Connor Thurman works a much-needed 1-2-3 frame for the Red Sox here in the top of the 7th. It's stretch time. Didn't know we'd even get this far on a stormy day here on Cape Cod, but we have. To the bottom of the 7th we go. Red Sox looking for a late comeback. They trail 9-3. Hope you stretched. We entered the bottom of the 7th here at Red Wilson Field. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. The Red Sox trying to cut in to a 7-3 lead. Still plenty of natural light at the ballpark despite a little bit of cloud cover above us. First pitch home is a strike from the right fielder, from the right-hander Cameron Weston to pass Ferreras. Working quickly in an 0-1, a swing and a strike. A wild cut and a miss by Ferreras on the slider. Pass today is 0 for 2 in his return to the lineup. Struck out once already. Weston working in 0-2. Here it comes. A half swing, and he went. Strike 3 on a check swing on a slider running away. 3 pitches. Ferreras takes his second K of the ball game, and Homer Bush will try to avoid his third. Bush is 0 for 2, both strikeouts.
Third strikeout for Weston.
Has looked good in relief. Just a bit of traffic against him last inning. First pitch, breaking ball missed away, taken for ball 1. Gave up a booming double to Caden Connor and a short single to Drew Bowser, but the Red Sox couldn't score. 1-0, fastball down the middle, strike 1. Bush to be followed by Luke Schliger here in this home half of the 7th. 1-1. Fastball just missed off the corner. Red Sox trailing big, 9-3. The most amount of runs they've allowed in a game so far this season. 2-1 to Bush. Fastball misses high. Count 3-1 on Homer. Red Sox trying to get a rally going before this storm that's been brewing all day swirls into Yarmouth. 3-1. Fastball strike outside corner. Count runs full on Bush. Should be hitting us around 8 o'clock or so. As here's a 3-2. Nubbed foul. Homer reached out for a slider. About 20 after 7 here on Cape Cod right now. We started 15 minutes earlier to ease the threat of rain just a hair. A 4:45 start instead of a standard 5 o'clock start here at Red Wilson. 3-2, and it's in there. Strike 3 called. Bush takes one at the knees and recoils at the call from John DiGirolamo before heading back to the dugout. 3 strikeouts for Homer Bush today. That's the first called third strike on his leisure. The 4th strikeout for Weston in relief of Jonathan Brand, who went the first 4 and gave up all 3 of the Red Sox runs in this one. Looks like with the big deficit, we'll start getting into the Red Sox bench. Fernando Gonzalez has come out of the dugout to pinch hit for Luke Schliger. Gonzalez, the catcher out of Georgia, started last night for the Red Sox. Went 0 for 3. A 160 hitter. He struggled to start on the offensive side, but he's looked outstanding on the defensive side for the Red Sox. First one coming to the right-hand hitter is swung on and fouled back. Luke Franzoni is out in the on-deck circle. Looks like we'll get him for Cole Carrig should the inning continue. Unsure just how much longer we'll play this game. 0-1. Slider missed away. So 1-1 on Fernando Gonzalez. The threat of rain encroaching. The sun, though it is covered by gray clouds, starting to set. 1-1. Swing and a miss. Got him with a slider. Count 1-2 on Gonzalez. The field of play right now completely blanketed by gloomy gray clouds. We had a pocket of sun through the middle innings when most of the runs were scored. 1-2. Taken away, a slider. Good hold by Gonzalez.
Do you have a pocket full of sunshine?
I could use one right now. This game has been a little sluggish and not the most fun if you're the Red Sox. 2-2. Missed well away a fastball. Count runs full on Gonzalez. With a couple of games against Hyannis to follow for the Red Sox tomorrow at Hyannis.
Does not get easier for this YD team. That is a good Hyannis team.
Harbor Hawks, the hottest team on Cape Cod right now. 3-2. Missed away for ball 4, so the Red Sox will get a runner aboard here in the 7th. A 2-out walk to Gonzalez. And here's Luke Franzoni, who will hit in place of Cole Carrig.
This is a guy who might be due for a big one. Luke Franzoni puts on a show in batting practice at Chatham a couple of days ago. He hit one over the scoreboard.
I think he might have hit a couple over that scoreboard. I was standing there around the bubble, mouth agape, watching Franzoni just cut baseballs well over that left field fence at Chatham, which is not generous to right-hand hitters. Here it comes. First 1-2. A swing and a miss, a fastball. Luke's been doing a lot of that. A lot of swinging strikes, lots of swings and misses. 13 Ks over his first 35 at-bats. He has struck out 3 times in his last 5 at-bats. 0-1. Slider in the dirt, missed away. Boxed around by the catcher Burns, but no advance by Gonzalez, especially not in a 6-run ball game. You want Luke to be able to try to cut this lead 2 runs shorter. Franzoni has 2 homers so far this summer. Has not been starting much, but always provides that potential thunder off the bench for Scott Pickler. 1-1. Couldn't get him to chase a slider. Count goes to 2-1. Franzoni still trying to find some of that magic that made him the best power hitter this side of the Mississippi River. Big East Player of the Year. 2-1. Chopped towards the left side. It's going to sneak on through. A base hit in a left. The third baseman, Max Anderson, was playing a little closer to the line. Was unable to cut that one off. It's a pinch hit single for Franzoni. So the pinch hitters for the Red Sox both have reached. Gonzalez a walk. Franzoni a single here with 2 out. Mike Bovey to hit. So maybe not the thunder for Franzoni, who hit 29 home runs for Xavier this year, but moving the inning along for Mike Bovey. Bovey today has taken an 0 for 3, reached on an error and scored back in the 4th ahead of the Caden Connor RBI double. First pitch coming to him is chopped to the second baseman, Padilla. High hop for him. He plays it off to the side. Throws out Bovey, and that retires the side. Red Sox get 2 aboard with 2 out. Can't do anything with it. We head to the 8th inning here at Red Wilson Field. The Red Sox trailing the Wareham Gatemen 9-3. We enter the 8th inning here at Red Wilson Field. Connor Thurman heads back to the mound for the Red Sox as they trail the Gatemen 9-3. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. And we're not sure if this game's going to reach the 9th inning because of a threat of rain. But if it does, well, we might get to see Luke Franzoni get in this game because Franzoni, who pinch hit in the last half inning for the Red Sox, will enter the game and play left field. Caden Connor will slide across the diamond and play right. Fernando Gonzalez pinch hit for Luke Schlager, stays in the game behind the plate. Franzoni maybe to get his arm a little loose before heading out to left field. Well, he was just throwing some warm-up pitches off the bullpen mound. Franzoni made one appearance on the bump for Xavier this year. As the first pitch home is a strike to Hogan Windish, a slider from Connor Thurman. Windish has had the best day offensively for Wareham. Started the scoring with a 2-run homer, drove in a run with a single, and singled and scored. And his last at bat as well, a 3-hit day. 0-1. Slider skips in for ball 1. It did not go great for Luke. He only faced 4 batters, and this was in 2019, by the way. He went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 2 hits and a run, including a double. Did not strike out a batter. 1-1. Slider ties him up, and he went around for strike 2 on a pitch heading inside. Franzoni wants a new glove. He tosses the black glove he had to Coach G along the left field line as time was called. Receives a tan glove from Coach G, heads back out to his position. Franzoni is having the most fun on the field right now in a 9-3 game.
It's hard to have fun. He's trying.
Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Wave and a miss on a slider. That Thurman breaking ball has now struck out a pair consecutively. Got the 3rd out in the 7th on a strikeout. Starts the 8th with a K. Alan Rodin will take over in the batter's box with 1 out and none on.
That game in which Franzoni pitched, 2019 against Grand Canyon, the final score, Sam, was 25-18.
First pitch to Rodin, 25-18. As
Grand Canyon rattled off 16 in the 6th.
As the Cardinals defeated the Bengals.
No. It was baseball. Oh, my goodness.
1-0. Breaking ball strike. That was at Grand Canyon. And first of all, I don't know how it's possible to get 16 runs in 1 inning, but it happened in this game. And this is also why you just completely do away with any ERAs from anyone who pitches their home games outdoors in Arizona. 1-1. Another slider, another outside corner strike from the right-hander Thurman because the weather in the desert there is conducive to offense. You see this with minor league numbers in the Pacific Coast League too. Guys who play their home games in Las Vegas or Reno, Nevada. You try not to look at the ERA because they're going to give up runs. 1-2. Fastball just missed the outside corner. 2-2. It's the reason why I was not concerned with Connor Markle's ERA above 5 that he had this year at Grand Canyon. He's looked outstanding for the Red Sox. Run environments matter, folks. 2-2. Chopped foul.
I just can't. How does a game go 25-18? This is like a mid-March game.
It was a 4 o'clock start, or a 4-hour-long game, a 2 o'clock start that went 4 hours, 11 minutes. That is a long baseball game that went the regulation 9 innings. Two. Lifted foul left side towards Dylan Ray, who is lightly tossing in the Red Sox bullpen. Not only did Grand Canyon score 16 in the 6th inning of that game, Xavier tried to make it close late by tallying 8 in the 8th inning, which made it a 3-run game.
Yeah, 21-18 going into the bottom of the 8th inning.
And then Grand Canyon put up 4 to put it out of arm's reach. 2-2. Popped up left side of the infield, heading foul and out of play. Long turn at bat here for Alan Roden.
And Franzoni pitched early in that game, too. So he might have pitched when it was close.
That is a messy box score that you were looking at, my friend.
It doesn't make a whole lot of sense, I'll promise you that.
Thurman and Roden, another 2-2. Pulled foul first base side. Sharply hit two-hopper past the bag. We will do it again. As the Red Sox trail 9-3 here, top of the 8th. Gateman trying to extend their lead in the first matchup between these two teams this summer. Red Sox trying to avoid breaking a brief 2-game win streak. Gateman trying to snap a 3-game skid. 2-2. Just missed the outside corner of fastball. Red Sox will be back in business tomorrow on the road at McKeon Park as they take on the Hyannis Harbor Hawks for the first time this season. And after tomorrow's game, the Red Sox will have seen the league once over. 3-2 here. Slider in there, strike 3 called. He got the breaking ball in on the back door. Third straight strikeout for Thurman. That's the second out here in the 8th. Connor Thurman settling into a nice little groove for the Red Sox now in his longest outing of the summer. Has gotten continuously better with each outing. Here's Max Anderson, the third baseman, right-hand hitter. First pitch coming to him is a slider that missed well away in the dirt. Count 1-0 from the University of San Diego Torero. Connor Thurman, who didn't get to face his teammate Kevin Sim last night at Orleans as he steps off the mound, but Chase Mydroth did get to face one of his San Diego teammates. Kyle Carr started that game for Orleans. Asked Chase about what it's like to face your teammate as a 1-0 heads home. Swing and a miss, good slider. Chase said that you might know a little bit more about a guy, but at the end of the day, it's still baseball. It's still competition. You might smile at him as you head to the batter's box for the first time, but after that, niceties are out of the way. It's the 1-1, heads home and is fouled off right side. After the niceties are done away with, it's back to competition. He did say it was a little bit weird. Thurman sets the 1-2. Back up the middle, soft ground ball. Hunter Haas behind the bag. Scoops it up, throws to first in time. Gets Anderson by a half step and ends the inning here in the top of the 8th. 1-2-3 for Connor Thurman. He's retired all 6 to face him. We head to the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox running out of time to make a game of this. They trail 9-3. Bottom of the 8th inning, Red Sox trying to make a game of this. They trail 9-3. They go to bat against Cameron Weston, who is out for his 4th inning of work in relief for Wareham. Jordan Thompson will be the first to face him. He will pinch hit for the Red Sox in place of Caden Connor, who had himself a nice day. 2 doubles. He scored a run. He drove in a run with one of those doubles. Here's Jordan Thompson. First pitch home, right on right, is beneath the knees, a fastball. And on the position player pitching check, Luke Franzoni is back in the bullpen for the Red Sox, and he's throwing like he means it. 1-0 to Jordan Thompson is in off the fist. He popped it up on the infield. The second baseman and the shortstop collide. Someone came down with the baseball. It's Padilla, the second baseman. And they are jawing at each other a little bit. They tap each other on the glove. Everything's fine.
It felt like we heard Padilla say, "I got it," and then bumped right into him.
Regardless of the complexities of a routine pop-up, it's the first pitch. Here's Johnny Long. First out, rather. First pitch to Johnny Long is a slider strike as he swung and missed. Johnny Long has twice struck out, but those sandwich a 2-run homer. 0-1. Swing and a miss. Another slider. 0-2 count on Long. You would imagine, with the intent Franzoni is throwing in the bullpen with, that if the Red Sox don't get this game a little closer, he'll probably pitch the 9th inning. 0-2. Slider missed away.
It's been a long week, too. I mean, tomorrow will be 6 straight games. You play 7 in a row the next day on the 4th. So I'm going to save as many arms if you can as your Scott Pickler.
Why not? Bring a little levity to a game like this. 1-2, chopped foul on an off-speed pitch. And a little levity on a day like this is maybe exactly what we need to finish off a game that's been a little sluggish. A little bit of a messy game for the Red Sox.
Hey, think about a pitching staff that allowed 6 runs in their last 6.
1-2. Fastball missed away.
They're about to allow 9 and 8 innings.
They allowed 9 through the first 6. 2-2 to Long. Low for ball 3. Count runs full on Johnny with Drew Bowser to follow. Here in this bottom of the 8th inning on a gloomy day at the ballpark. 3-2 is roped up the middle of the diamond. The shortstop dives. He can't get it. It's by Blake Wright and into center field. Johnny Long's got a 2-hit day as he picks up a single there. And Drew Bowser will hit with a man on and 1 away.
We did see Dylan Ray get warm. You got to imagine, Sam, Whitey gets 3 runs will probably be the cutoff. You make it a 3-run game going into the bottom of the 9th. Have to feel like Dylan Ray probably comes in for Franzoni. It depends on where Scott Pickler's head at and his confidence in his team.
Well, Drew Bowser can go a long way towards that decision. First pitch coming to him is low. Bowser picked up his first hit of the summer his last time through. He's reached twice. A walk, a single. He's also grounded out. But a guy who left the ballpark 18 times this year for Stanford, including a stretch late in the season between the regionals and super regionals where he homered 5 times across a 4-game span between Texas and UConn, his opponents in those games. 1-0. Chopped behind the mound, shortstop right, flips in front of the bag. His throw is to first, where he gets Bowser. Ground ball took right in front of the second base bag. He was not going to be able to make a play at second on the force. So Long advances. It's the second out. And Hunter Haas will come up and try to make something of the man in scoring position with 2 out now.
Jordan Thompson has joined the party in the bullpen. He's waving that right arm in a circle. He's also warming up for the Red Sox. Dylan Ray just threw a couple warm-up pitches, so I have no idea who's coming in to pitch.
If anyone.
Could be you, Sam.
First one to Hunter Haas is swung on and chopped to the left side of the mound. The shortstop right will field. His play is to first. He throws it late. It's an infield hit for Hunter Haas. Hunter picks up his first knock of the game. Up to third goes Johnny Long. It's going to be nearly an impossible play by Wright, regardless, with the speed of Hunter Haas and true to form. He threw it late. Well, if I'm pitching in this game, I better get down there and start warming up, Carlo. I haven't pitched since high school. I think I could still find the strike zone, though.
I'd put you down there.
I can't promise the ball would stay in the ballpark, but I think I could still probably touch 70 off the bump. Here's pass Ferreira's first one home to him, a fastball strike.
If I'm a scout, what's the write-up look like on Sam Lebowitz on the mound?
Big body right-hander. Looks like he's not an athlete out there on the mound. Terrible arm action.
Whoa, whoa, whoa.
0-1, fastball missed away. I had pretty good mechanics. I was pretty fluid out there on the mound. I touched 80 off a mound once, but it's been a while.
You've gotten stronger.
I don't think that's true. I can see why you may think that. 1-1. Lifted foul right side, but my athletic days ended when I graduated high school. There's a reason why I'm up here in this booth with you right now. And that is because I love this sport and I love broadcasting it, but also in the same manner of those who can't do teach in sports, those who can't do broadcast.
You're not wrong.
1-2. Swing and a miss. He got him with a slider. Ferreira's down swinging for the third time in this game. Strands runners at the corners for the Red Sox. We head on to the ninth, and Luke Franzoni is going to pitch in this game. A position player heads to the mound for the Sox. As we head to the ninth, we'll take a quick break and introduce you to the new right-handed arm for the Red Sox as they trail 9-3. And quite a few defensive changes for the Red Sox. The most interesting one among them is the one we teased. A new pitcher for the Red Sox for the first time this season. A position player takes the bump. Red Sox trailing 9-3. Luke Franzoni is out on the mound for the Red Sox. The first base slash outfield slash DH big power hitter for the Sox will get a chance to pump some velo from the pitcher's mound in his first summer pitching appearance. We have some defensive changes for the Red Sox. Franzoni out of the full windup. His first pitch to the Stanford slugger Carter Graham is well away for ball one. Franzoni, the New Jersey native who we have talked about at length as a slugger, getting a chance to see him as a pitcher. 1-0 is rocketed out towards right center field. Homer Bush is there. He makes the catch shoulder high. A quick out for Franzoni gives us a chance to introduce the defensive changes for the Red Sox. Mike Bovee will play the final frame in right field. Homer Bush slides over to center. Jordan Thompson takes over in left. Hunter Haas, Drew Bowser, Paz Ferreras stay in their positions around the infield, but the new first baseman is Johnny Long. First one coming home to Ryan Campos is a ball. That first fastball, by the way, from Franzoni clocked in at 82 miles an hour. As he's going to get a conversation from home plate umpire John DiGirolamo, who's going to tell him to take off a wristband, make sure that he's up to uniform code for pitchers. working from the first base side of the rubber. He deals a 1-0. Chopped foul. Curious to see if Franzoni could beat that 82 miles an hour. He's a guy that he's got plenty of size. He's massively strong. And I'm sure that if someone gave him a good lesson on mechanics, as the 1-1 is laced out towards right center field, a base hit, looked like he caught an off-speed pitch. It's a single for Ryan Campos.
Well, for the hitters, they will take every free hit they can get. A Cape Cod Baseball League where the league average is 213. Hits are hard to come by, and if you have some on a platter, you're going to take advantage.
I was going to say, Franzoni, if you can get into those legs a little bit more, maybe fix the arm action, he could probably touch the upper 80s with his strength at least. First pitch, he looked like he threw a curveball, and he missed in the dirt. He absolutely did just try to throw a curveball. That's silly. By the way, Cole Carrig is also throwing some warm-up pitches in the bullpen. I think the Red Sox are just having a little fun in this blowout. 1-0, fastball missed high.
You think they give him 2, maybe 3 batters and then say, okay, Cole, you get to come in?
Carrick's throwing some BBs in that bullpen right now. I'll tell you what, he is clocking some velo. He is a kid who's got a plus arm. 2-0. Lifted in the air, deep to right center field. Homer Bush cutting across towards the gap. He's got it in his sights. He makes the catch. And that's the second out. So Padilla flies out. Here's Blake Wright with the runner on first and 2 out. Selfishly would like Jack Hausinger to bat in this inning, because those are two teammates who have a bit of history with this pitching thing. Hausinger and Franzoni would throw bullpens to each other as the first pitch home to Blake Wright misses inside, just for fun at Xavier. So Franzoni is not unfamiliar with the feel of the mound. 1-0. Clock deep down the left field line, hitting foul. Well out of play, home run distance, but allowed strike 1 on Blake Wright.
Like Carrig is giving up throwing in the pen. It's the Franzoni frame.
I don't think he could come into this game even if he wanted to, because he was taken out for defensive substitutions. There's no re-entry in baseball. 1-1. High fly ball. He got under it. Out to shallow left. Hunter Haas, the shortstop, out calling. He can't make the catch. It's over his head. Runner heads to third. Thompson's throw to Franzoni, covering, not in time. And the hitter, Wright, trails to second. Either a single on a bloop there or a bloop double, depending on what they want to give Wright. Franzoni, by the way, sitting at an even 82-83. Hasn't really topped out above that, but he's consistently staying in the low 80s with the fastball. And he'll have to work out of a jam here with Peter Burns, the catcher now. The runners at second and third and 2 out. First pitch to Burns is lined up the middle of the diamond, a base hit in front of Homer Bush. 1 runs home. Here comes Wright with the second run. Throw to the plate by Bush is not in time. A 2-run single by Peter Burns. And the Gatemen have eclipsed double digits. They scored their 10th and 11th. Lead the Red Sox 11-3. Touching up Franzoni. He's got an ERA. And here is Jack Hausinger. These two teammates and friends get to face each other. This will be fun for both of them, at least for bragging rights purposes. First one home is lifted out towards pretty deep left field. Thompson's going back. It's over his head and 1 hop to the wall. Up to third goes Burns. They're going to hold him there on a late stop sign. And standing at second with a bragging rights double is Jack Hausinger. Keeps the inning alive. The Gatemen a chance to eclipse their highest run output of the summer so far. They've tied it already with 11.
And I don't think we're going to play this bottom 9. It's gotten pretty dark here at Red Wilson Field.
That it has, Carlo. It keeps getting darker, even more and more ominous. A lot of fans have left this ballpark. First one home is low to Hogan Windish. Windish today, 3 hits, including a homer. He's driven in 3. He scored 3 times. 1-0. Misses high. Wareham scored a season-high 11 back on June the 16th against Hyannis. They've tied that mark here today. 2-0. Misses low and in. 3-0. Franzoni starting to struggle a little bit. There's been a lot of loud contact against him, but chance to get out of this with minimal damage to his ERA. 3-0. Fastball at the knees. Franzoni out of the stretch. 3 infielders on the left side. And the 3-1 is chopped foul. Count runs full. And some hollers out of the crowd as Franzoni has a 3-2 count. Maybe the crowd hoping for a strikeout, perhaps. The dramatic tension mounts, Carlo. 3-2. Rolled to the left side, couple hops, Hunter Haas. Fields fires to first off the mark, Long's tag, he gets him and ends the inning. 2 runs across against Luke Franzoni. The Gatemen extend their lead up to 11-3 and send us along to the bottom of the 9th. We'll see if we play it. Red Sox trailing by 8. We'll be right back. We head to the bottom of the 9th here at Red Wilson Field. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez, our producer Zach Clapp, trying to get a full 9 in here today, which seemed like a shot in the dark when we got here to the ballpark today. We had to start the game 15 minutes early because of a threat of rain that we figured we would get around 7 o'clock. It's now almost 8 o'clock, 7:56 on your clock, as the rain has stayed away, but it is ominous here at the ballpark. And it looks like we will get some rain relatively soon. Homer Bush stands in for the Red Sox. The first pitch is well away for ball 1. It's a new pitcher. Jack Sullivan takes over on the mound out of Yukon. The 1-0 to Bush is swung on and missed a high fastball. Bush trying to avoid a golden sombrero. He is 0 for 3. All 3 are strikeouts. And the 1-1 missed high. 2-1 on Bush. Third appearance for Sullivan. He's given up 2 runs across 2 innings in his first 2. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Fastball blew it by Bush. Good fastball and a good slider. That's the book on the youngster Sullivan, who emerged for the Huskies in a big way out of their bullpen this year as a freshman. 2-2. Swing and a miss. There is the golden sombrero. Homer Bush strikes out for the 4th time today. Rough day for Homer. 1 away in the bottom of the 9th for Sullivan. An 0.79 ERA out of the bullpen for the Huskies this year. Allowed just 2 earned runs all season over 22 2/3 innings. Here's Fernando Gonzalez hitting for the 2nd time. First pitch, fastball, strike. Gonzalez came on for Luke Schliger, walked his first time through. Sullivan working out of the full windup from the first base side of the mound. 0-1. Check swing. Did he go? He did not. Count even on Gonzalez, 1-1. Sullivan actually faced Drew Bowser in the Super Regionals when Stanford and UConn squared off. 1-1. Missed away a fastball. And he struck out Drew Bowser. So if Bowser can come to the plate in this inning, Drew would have a chance for some payback. 2-1 to Gonzalez. Swing and a miss, high fastball.
Bowser's going to have to come up a couple times in this inning if the Red Sox want a chance.
Red Sox needing 8 runs to tie, 9 to win, down 11-3 in this bottom of the 9th. 2-2, missed high a fastball. Count runs full on Gonzalez.
You know what they say, crazier things have happened.
Baseball is beautiful because it's a sport without a clock. Although today there might actually be a clock. If you feel raindrops, let us know. 3-2. Upstairs and inside for ball 4. He missed with a fastball. Gonzalez takes his 2nd walk off the bench. Red Sox leadoff spot today has reached 4 out of 5 times. Schliger had a single and a walk as well. Here's Luke Franzoni, the Red Sox pitcher, if you will. Hits for the 2nd time. He grounded a single his first time through off the bench. First one to Luke. Rolled up the middle of the diamond, could be 2. Shortstop Knightfield's 1. Padilla, the relay to first, is in time, and that'll do it here at Red Wilson in this one. A 6-4-3 double play erases Franzoni, erases Gonzalez off the base paths, and sets aside the Red Sox in the 9th inning. It's an 11-3 final here at Red Wilson. The Red Sox, their first big blowout loss of the summer season, as they fall to the Wareham Gatemen by a lot in the first matchup between these two teams. And we welcome you into the broadcast booth. Sam Lebowitz alongside Carlo Jimenez. A lopsided loss for the Red Sox, but really the first one for the Red Sox so far this summer in a season that has been defined by an excellent pitching staff. And that's what we thought we'd get today. We were scoreless up until the top of the 3rd inning. A fly ball 2-run homer by Hogan Windisch started the scoring. And for Windisch, his home run was against Jared Lyons. The first runs that Jared Lyons allowed all season. And Carlo, maybe the biggest takeaway from this game is that the guy who had established himself as the early season ace for the Red Sox might be human after all.
Yeah, I mean, it's a long season. You didn't expect Jared Lyons to go 40 innings of scoreless baseball, and you're going to have games like this during the summer. The point is you want to minimize how many games you have like this and hope to bounce back against a Hyannis team who fell to Katuitt today 3-1 and is hungry for a win. So is this YD team, so it should be a great one at Hyannis tomorrow, Sam. I think if you're YD, you don't think about this one. You move on. You've played so well the last couple of weeks, and this is just something that happens during a baseball season.
It's the kind of loss you put in your back pocket, you just kind of move on from, and the Red Sox will look to do just that. tomorrow as they see the Hyannis Harbor Hawks for the first time this season, the first of a home-and-home series. Tomorrow the Red Sox will be at McKeon Park playing the Harbor Hawks on the road, and then on July 4th, we're back here at Red Wilson to face the Harbor Hawks at home. We'll be with you from McKeon Park tomorrow evening in Hyannis, Massachusetts, but for now, the Red Sox falling 11-3 to the Wareham Gatemen tonight. For Zach Clapp, our producer, for Carlo Jimenez, I've been Sam Lebowitz, and Red Sox fans, we will see you tomorrow.